let's find out what the weather is.
Yay, Honey's weather forecasting services.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is there? So before we set off, by the way, I'm going to buy some extra rations.
Sure.
And I think I will buy a mule. I don't know how to add that, but I'll take the money off.
Add a mule. to your
Fair enough
stuff.
then. How much are rations? Is they one per? Is it one
I
gold
think
per day?
It's 1 silver per ration, I think.
I
You can
thought
have a
they were
look, 'cause I need
gold.
some.
Or 5 silver per
No.
rations. They're pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's
Can't
like
we just forage?
We can, but then we run the risk of not
yeah,
filling
they are.
themselves.
They're half a gold per thing. So I've got 11 actually. So
I still have like 6.
yeah,
I
well,
think.
Valentine's got 11, so I'll just bring the whole lot and
Okay.
I'll add a mule.
What's Valentine's mule called?
Ooh.
Jill.
Jill Valentine. Jill and Valentine.
I'll need to think of that because I'm going to name it after something that has a meaning for him, I guess.
Oh, okay. Why is my map doing that? I don't want it to do that. Stop it. That's not. Oh, no. No, I want that. Oh, stop it, map. My map is not cooperating. Ooh, that might...
Oh no.
Oh, Millie, by the way,
Mm.
after last session, Asher finally had enough gold to buy some wine.
Ooh.
Oh god,
But
wine.
I forgot to kind of take into consideration that we're in an absolute backwater. Is there even wine available in this place?
Yeah, there's wine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just not very good wine. Swill.
I haven't actually added any of the stuff from last session. I
Cheap
just
wine.
realised. Oh,
I'm
well.
going to call the mule Morley. It's Morley the mule.
Ooh.
More than a mule. I ended up making myself a an owlbear cloak. Actually, in D&D
Mantle
Beyond.
of the Owlbear.
Oh,
Oh,
don't
that's
tempt me with a cool idea.
You're gonna let me do that? You're not.
Makes you smell really bad, apart from to other owlbears, because they were stinky, weren't they? They were covered in stuff.
Yeah, they're stinky.
A donkey or a mule, I would like to add, please. Cool. And then does anyone remember how much they were?
8 gold.
8 gold.
Cracking, so I can just take that off now.
We did get a lot of gold for killing those.
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that. I was like, I haven't had any of this gold from last time.
I think
So
we found
Valentine's
a bunch
gold
of
is
gold.
from something else.
Mm.
We like the 3-4 people that went out including Valentine found a bunch of stuff that got sold. I think it wasn't me. who
Oh
did it,
yeah,
I
no,
just
I'm
got
just talking about like last because I always write down like what stuff
Yeah.
we've kind
Yeah,
of.
we
done, and I
found
just don't always
if
put it on
I
D&D
if I
Beyond.
remember rightly, we found a bunch of gold in the actual owlbear gold
Yeah.
costume.
Oh,
Yeah.
did we?
Yeah,
Oh, I
we've-
missed
we
all
have, like-
that. That
Yeah,
means
so much stuff
Caroline
in
has
there.
money as well. How much money should Caroline add?
What was it?
I'm trying to remember.
Did I write it?
I
Oh.
wrote down 19 gold, 5 silver, 3 copper. I don't know
Wow.
if that was.
Yeah, there was a
each
lot
or
of
if that
gold. No, that would have been each, I think.
would have
Because
been each.
there was a
Okay.
lot of gold in that. Because the owlbears
Yeah,
have
there
been
was.
eating
Yeah,
people
it was
for
definitely
ages.
each.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
19.
try and have it.
Just let me.
19 gold, 5 silver, and 3 copper.
That adds up to about what I was what I had, because I've currently got 29 gold, 8 silver, 3 copper. So
There you go.
I haven't really spent any money on anything.
For some reason,
I guess I
EP
sold some
is in
stuff.
the wrong place. Right, I've just added some money to him. He's quite rich now. He doesn't spend anything because he just pre-cooked everything.
Oh wait, I added. Well, I've
Was
got
that
Hooty
Kalan?
Bear feathers. I
Yeah.
don't know whether someone's
I
added
love
that for
Kalan's
me.
name.
Whether I added that. Maybe I did add it. 1 second.
Oh, do
Right,
I buy?
I'm completely ready to
Oh
roll.
no, I did. I added it.
And Brynner, have you got your owl cloak?
Yeah, doesn't
That
do
needs
anything.
enchanting, doesn't it? It needs enchanting.
It does
doesn't
need
it?
enchanting
It's a death trap.
at some point.
And it needs hidden pockets with
100%.
hidden cards and all sorts.
I think you need a small owlbears if you can just, you're an owlbear, what an adult one looks like.
See,
Uh-huh.
There's a point where I'm going to learn more wizard spells and find familiar is a spell.
Oh.
It's just expensive for this level. 10 gold a cast.
Wow. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right then. Sorry, we were rolling weather before I decided I needed a meal to carry my stuff, all my rations and torches and all the rest of it.
It's okay. I have continued to roll the weather, so I know what's coming.
Excellent.
So is Hoodie
Ooh.
all right to cast the spell to check what the weather's like for the next 24 hours?
Yep.
Honey's weather forecasting services, it's Druidcraft.
All right. So, honey sniffs the air, licks the lips,
Licks the air.
licks the air, that kind of stuff. It is going to lightly rain all day and night.
Oh.
Lightly is not too bad.
Yeah.
Just gonna rain.
Deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Valentine's pretty cool with that. He's used to lots of seawater and stuff, so rain's
Not
fine.
a fan.
Bryn's the weather doesn't really bother Bryn too much,
Mm.
especially not now. Nice new cloak. Nice
Yeah.
and warm.
And we are, am I getting this right? We're gonna go off, go to the logging camp again, say hi to Till and Co. Go through the logging camp and up the mountain to be
Towards
like,
the witch.
hey,
See
witch.
the witch?
So are the
Yes.
witch and the light the same thing? Because I thought they were two different things.
They are two
Maybe.
different things.
Yes, they are.
All
The
right, I
light
thought we were
is
going to the
further away.
light.
The
Okay.
light is like a 10-day trip.
Yes, that's
The
why I
witch
brought a
is,
mule and
yeah.
extra rations. But yeah, okay, we'll go the witch then. No worries.
You're prepared. That's what you are.
Well, if the
Yeah,
witch is
I thought because
nice,
we're doing. That's why I brought Valentine. I thought we're doing a longer trip. I think that might be more suited to a martial character.
if the witch is nice, we could use her as a checkpoint to go further afield. If
True
she's
as
not,
that
we
as
can
well,
live in
yeah.
our house when we've killed her.
It's a win-win situation. Anyway.
A witch situation.
Hey.
Do paladins prepare each day or not? Is that a
Yeah, they
do.
Yes. Yes. they do.
Yes, but
Yes,
if you've got a list that you like, paladins only really change their spells. Does that make sense?
yeah?
Paladins only change.
Trying to figure out how to do a long rest on here.
What on Beyond?
Yeah, on my app. Yeah.
You on phone app?
Oh yeah, it's my tablet. Yeah. It's a phone app.
So if I remember rightly, there should be a little campfire icon at the top. Might be on the main list.
I'm not going to change those spells anyway. Because
Oh,
I've got these spells
campfire.
out and I've got a cat.
It doesn't have that. I've made it smaller so I can see all your lovely faces. I'll find it. I'll find it in a sec. Mm.
Oh, that's why. I pressed a button and now I've drawn on my map. Oh no.
Oh no.
Just keep it as
Undo.
canon, like whatever it
Undo.
is, it's there now.
Just giant
Yeah.
gouges in the landscape. All right.
Yeah, like those
No,
weird
it's just
crack
someone with
things
a
in
bad
Assassin's
pen.
Creed.
Random
Gouges.
cleft in the land.
Yeah. Oh no.
Maybe it was the
Oh, there it
witch.
is.
The
Long
witch
way.
did it. She absolutely did. Exactly that. There you go. Right. Okay. We're going to do that. Right. Okay. So we're going to make a day out, camp at the little campsite, go off to see the loggers. From
Mhm.
there, go out further, go up
Mhm.
and up and up. Okay. Sure.
Let's see what we find.
See what we find. All right. So it's a rainy day. We're going to set off a normal pace.
Mhm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normal
Yeah.
pace is good.
Normal
Yeah, because then we
pace.
can forage.
And then folks can
Yes.
forage and hunt for
Yes.
stuff. Excellent.
All
Okay.
right.
So long as somebody is keeping an eye, like we've done this route a couple of times now.
I'm still the only one with survival on. Oh wait, last Valentine's got survival.
I have survival.
Sadly, no. I do have perception.
Yes,
Um,
Ash has got survival.
So if you want me to keep an eye out for trouble, he'd be quite used to doing that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind. He can do that, and the rest of you can forage if you like.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's not a bad
So,
shoot.
like, yeah, and he is a fighter, so he's wearing. I think I'm wearing heavy armor. I can't remember what I'm wearing.
What does Valentine look like? What is he?
Mm.
Oh, she.
Valentine is a fighter, and he's a pretty good fighter because I used the variant human and
Oh,
to take a feat. So I have Piercer, which is Ace. So you can re-roll a damage dice, and on a crit, you get a third damage dice instead of just 2.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I also
Good.
took the dueling fighting style, so I do an extra 2 damage, and I can re-roll crap dices.
Nice.
So
It's a good combo.
it is, yeah.
Valentine
He's come
can't
to
cook food.
Westmarch from previously being like a sword master for a noble house.
oh, nice. Can't cook though. Can't kill and cook at the same time.
Great at stabbing wolves, though.
I
Great at
mean, I
stabbing
can
wolves.
probably do like, sausage and beans if you've got like something that looks like sausage and beans.
I love it. Just, some beans, bit of sausage. It's all
Yeah,
good.
no. If we're setting off, we can make a way down. So Valentine's keeping watch and Dash is guiding us. Is that going to be the case?
Mm-hmm.
Asher will help
Goodness.
Valentine
Origin.
looking out.
Okay. So you got a couple of folks looking out, leading the way and keeping a watch for things jumping out the bushes.
Sorry, I
Scraggly-
was wrong. I actually do have survival as well. I have survival and perception for next time. I said I would
Woo!
look, so he'll guide.
Wait.
Woohoo!
Yes.
And then our other 3 folks are gonna scavenge, forage.
Yes.
note
Yeah, I'll
re-
probably give a help for someone.
Okay, cool. And we're just setting off at a nice pace so the mules don't get knackered. It's good. Right. Okay. Let's make some rolls then. Let's find out who is Brinna assisting. Who gets advantage?
And potentially a card.
Yeah. Who are you? Who have
Who
you
is
picked?
who is
What, are you an
hunting?
owl?
Who? I am. Yeah, Owlbear.
Can
Hootie Bear.
I be Roo?
Oh.
Okay. If not, I'll take it myself, and someone else can help me out.
Are you not picking? Are you letting somebody else call for it?
Well, I was waiting to see if anyone did.
All right.
We
Who
were waiting
wants-
for you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Probably Serena then, because
Okay.
your survival struggles.
Like I like
Sorry,
it.
my bad.
In a sort of odd kind of narrative, like Serena's book learned all this stuff, and now they're there. They're just like, is this the thing? And Brinna's like, yeah, probably. Yeah,
You make
think
it
so.
sound like Serena's been the Dragonborn equivalent of a Girl Scout. So she's got like the little medals pinned to her, but she's not done it in real life. Just drawn about
I
it
feel like
and
that's
talked
probably
about it.
accurate.
Yeah, from
because-
being an example, yeah. Although Valentine doesn't know
Yeah.
that, to be fair.
Yeah, it's like, is this the thing? Probably, yeah. Okay. All right. And then Honey is gonna forage by himself. And Valentine
Yep, flying
and-
around all the best bits.
Going around all the best bits. All right, cool. Yeah, so we need a survival roll with advantage. Survival
And I'll
roll.
give you a bardic inspiration as well.
Bardic inspiration as well.
Wow.
D6. Woo!
Do you want me to roll, Billy, too?
Yeah, and then you can make a survival roll all by yourself.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Ooh, that's nice.
I need
That's a
to-
dirty 20.
Ooh, excellent.
With a 6 on my D6.
Ah,
Excellent. All right, Serena, you get to roll a d6 and add your wisdom modifier to it. Dylan, oh my god, was that like a dismay at something?
Yeah, I got 5.
Oh, okay.
I see nothing.
Yeah,
Nettles.
Rains in
nettles.
my eyes.
Too busy trying to concoct fun pranks
Yeah.
to
Oh, yeah.
to actually get any
I got a 5 on my D6. Plus 0 from my wisdom.
all right, so £5 of, and what are you hunting for or foraging for? Is it
She's
specific?
going to be going around. I mean, she's got a massive great axe. So she's going to be trying to find like the nice deer that
Okay.
that we got like the first time we went out.
Okay,
Because there was some really nice deer and she's really missing that deer.
like a bit of venison.
I imagine then
Yeah.
like Bryn's helping is like as we're about to like go for it, it's like 3, 2, 1. She razor frosts it, so it slows it down, and then thump in with the axe. Yeah,
Pre-freezing it.
pre-freezing it.
Yeah.
I like
Pre-freezing and chopping up. You know, it's
Okay.
all ready to go.
That's good.
We need to do it at the same time, like the front and the back half. This bit's ready to eat. That bit'll last a few days.
And then Ash and Valentine, is like one of you keeping watch and the other one making sure you're not going too far from the river? Are you both just navigating, or
I'm 100% keeping watch.
okay, so you're not really doing any sort of navigating kind of
No,
thing.
no.
Okay. So
Is that what Ash is doing?
I'm just assisting you. I'm giving
Oh,
the help
cool.
action.
okay, cool.
We are in the river somehow. I don't know how that
Splish,
happens. Yeah. Well, cool. I will do my perception check if you like for enemies.
Yeah.
Smashed it.
That's pretty good.
That's real
What-
good.
What did you
What'd
get?
you
Sorry,
get?
I'm not
Oh, I
looking at that.
got a natural 20 plus 2.
Nice. You are pleased. The wet weather seems to be keeping a lot of things away from yourselves. And I guess you kind of keep an eye on the river and you don't wander off into nowhere, because you've done this route. Like Valentine's done it once, has he?
I know we went the other way. We went.
Oh, you went the other way.
yeah,
Valentine's not been out
So
here.
I've never been this way, but everybody else has, I assume.
Mhm.
Yeah, we went like that way instead of this way.
Yeah, you went left and these have gone
Put that away.
aha, little way.
Oh, you just beat me to it.
Whiz kids.
Mhm.
Okay. So we stick to the
Whizbit.
Whizbit. Yeah, Whizbit. We stick to the river. We keep a good eye out. There's like good visibility. A lot of the area here has been logged already. We head out, around and that kind of stuff. We pick off not a big deer, but it's a good sized meal. You could bulk out a stew and stuff and make stuff with it. And we heft that either over Serena's shoulder or perhaps over the back of one of the mules as we
Okay.
yeah
One of the mules. One of the
the mules, yeah.
Brynner. I forget Brynner's a Jotun.
Yeah, just whoop on the shoulders.
Oink. It's just a little one.
I
Like
realized
buy
I
like a
didn't need to
leg.
buy a mule, whereas Valentine's quite strong as well. Like my strength is 16.
Oh, nice. Bit
Yeah.
strong. Party of the strong.
I was
Um,
gonna say we're all the strong.
yeah.
So we need all the loot to go with the strength. That's how that works out.
We could
Say,
carry the
I
witch back
so,
with us.
yeah,
Mhm.
just grab the witch.
Let's pick her up and walk off.
Boink. Let me go! Let me go! Feet flailing, stripy socks. All right.
Hey.
And are we satisfied with our amount of food, or do we spend more time as we're going to this early campsite? Because we're going to get there in like another couple of hours.
Well, we've got a good day's worth of food, so
Yeah.
I'm not thinking too much that we have to really. Maybe a few berries and such alongside would be nice, but we're not going to go hungry.
So
So maybe
we
a few other bits to like bulk out that stew, rather than using up our rations.
Could Honey try again without trying to concoct like different trickery and actually focus on the task at hand and do a little bit more foraging?
yeah, sure.
Are
Yeah,
we-
so the
is
rest
it
of
you
the
do like a
afternoon.
task in the morning and a task in the afternoon?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. That's what. So
Okay,
that's
yeah.
that's what I'm asking. Like, do we continue, or are we satisfied now, and we all just stick to the
Yeah.
side of the river and chat, or do we?
If we're gonna hunt, then I'll hunt this time. Not saying I'll be any good at it, but at least I have proficiency in it. Which actually means I can help somebody else. So if somebody else wants to take advantage, then they can go for it.
Asher will remain a lookout.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably help out with the looking out this time rather than
Well,
rather than helping
I'll
out on the.
continue to hunt as well. Then we'll
I'll look for-
we'll switch up.
I'll look for beans and fruit and berries, which is fruit.
Okay.
Do you
sure.
want, are you making your own roll, Serena, or do you want to roll with advantage?
We can just do it individually if you want.
happy
See
either
how my
way.
rolls decide to do.
I got 15.
Okay.
Got
Yeah.
13.
Both of those are successful. So you want to roll d6s and add your wisdom modifiers?
1.
Okay. So it's perhaps
Absolutely just a few berries.
no, it could just be a few berries and nuts and that kind of stuff, or it's just like one rabbit or something.
A
You know, that
rabbit,
kind
yeah.
of just one, or you
With
know
the
that
big
kind of.
axe that's like bigger
Shunk.
than like that. Rabbit, yeah.
The rest of them ran away before you could pull it out the ground and swing at them. Yeah. How did you do, Valentine?
I got 2. I got
Two.
2. So slightly
You got
better
the
than-
rest of the little group of rabbits, the little watership down. We've just massacred.
Yes.
How's at the other end of the warren? Just like I've got a rapier and a shield, so just like stabbing them as they come out. Kind of like making a kebab, really, isn't it? So
I can see that.
We stabby.
Stabby, stabby. Swoop, swoop, stabby,
yeah,
stabby.
it's like you're the noisy part to make them run away, and I'm just like, yep, scoop.
Nice. And then how did Honey do?
Honey rolled a 10.
Yeah, okay. You want to roll a d6 and add your
Wisdom
wisdom modifier? Sorry, I just completely forgot what
Blank.
modifier to add. Add
So
a
I've got a-
number.
6 plus my widow's 7.
Wow. All right.
Food.
Yeah.
So many. Like perhaps it's like some sort of apple tree or, you know, like the whatever it would like nuts and berries and fruits, some
Honey finds a
potatoes.
fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a fridge.
Jam sandwiches in. How strange.
Yeah. Cream donuts.
What
all
I'm
the
just
rest of it.
imagining is Honey just like literally laden down, like flying back.
Yeah.
Like
Just
7
dragging a
pounds
bag
of
with her.
food.
Well, I
Yeah.
had a bit of an idea, and I don't know if I could use it. Now I've rolled all that. Honey can now talk with Beast, and I always imagined Honey was asking people for help and asking creatures for help, and
Oh,
we get
right.
this.
Okay.
and Scribble's like, I've got a bit of a stash. I don't know how it works, but I wanted to try something like that.
Oh, okay. So is that what Honey does? Is it like
I
chatting,
assume that's what.
and the squirrels are like, I've got a stash, but you can have that bush over there.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
that's
what I
my
was. Oh, I didn't
stash.
see that bush.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. And then like another like further on is like, I've got this. You can have that. Like, because they're not going to give up their food.
No.
No.
But they will also be like, no, take that stuff over there. Leave my stuff alone.
Yeah.
Like Serena and Valentine are like coming back really proud of like their 3 rabbits, and then like Honey comes back with like a bag full of just everything.
Dragging
Like
it.
walking backwards. Yeah. Help.
I'll
Excellent.
dump it on velvet. That's all if I'm okay if I can.
Yeah.
In a big bag.
Absolutely.
What is it? £7 worth?
Yeah.
Which I think brings us to about 3 days worth of food. Just from
does.
foraging today.
£15, yeah.
£15 of food
Are
between
we
5 of
feeding
us.
the loggers?
Well, here's the thing.
Might
Like,
do.
might do. In exchange for, I don't know, whatever.
Alcohol.
Booze. Yeah.
Booze.
Wine,
Yep.
please.
Wine, please. One wine. So yeah, Honey arrives back, or it doesn't even have to be in one go. It can, because it's over like the course of like 4 hours. So Honey just keeps coming back to whoever's like with the mules being like, got all these nuts and I've got some apples, and then back again. I've got these berries. Look at all these berries. Like we could dry them, that kind of more nuts. Found some tape, that kind of stuff. Everybody's like, what? How?
Can anyone bake on a campfire? This sounds like ingredients to a cake to me.
D&D cake.
Probably make some
Granny's
sort
there.
of
Boy.
tin. I'm sure I've seen people do some sort of like tin-based bread product.
Bread in a can.
Bread in a
Well,
can.
who
Yeah.
knows? It's this Granny's doing.
Oh, it might be Granny's magic getting involved. Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay, so we do this walk towards the end of the day, raining all day. We come to the campsite that we made a couple of weeks ago. it does look like other folks have used it. Like we were talking a little while ago about the loggers who were going back to town because they were going to send all the logs down the coast. Looks like they've used it. Like there's little, like tiny improvements. Like now somebody's hammered in like the what would it be? The tripod to hang your pot in. Somebody built a better one, and there's a bigger little wall around the campfire to keep it going, and
getting more and more comfortable.
Yeah, so
nice
like you can tell the loggers have been there because they've gone off, got a log, and carved it so it sits, and now you've got a bench near a fire, kind of thing. Like you can tell these guys have been made it up. And it's there, yeah. It's a little early, you've still got time to walk if you want, but also you've got a good amount of food. You can take an early night. You can,
stay at West B&B.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we should kind of looking at the amount of food that we've got. I think we should maybe like take the time to like, if we're going on a bit of a longer kind of trek out, maybe just dry some of this food and kind of make sure it kind of keeps for a little bit, just in case we don't get time to forage.
Hey, it's not about shoot.
Yes.
So Serena will kind of like we'll kind of like set up like a little campfire, kind of like start drying like some of the berries, some of the meat, kind of like making jerky.
I think Valentine will be quite good at that because you need to either smoke it or salt it if it's going to keep on a boat.
Yeah.
True.
So
Yeah.
you start preparing little trail rations and that kind of stuff, and you buy a river as well, so you've got running water to go over and clean yourself off.
Serena will be more like chopping it up.
Yeah.
Reminds me, I do need to pick
skills.
up next time we're back in Swamp Pass. I think definitely going for a fishing rod might be a good idea.
Yeah.
We keep ending up next this. They keep ending up next.
You do keep following the river up and down, like
yeah. And we don't have any omega-3 in our characters' diets at all.
What now?
We have nuts and berries and fruit. That's better than most.
We do. Yeah. There's some of those proteins you can't make yourself. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good enough stuff for stew. It's good enough stuff for, like you say, smoking out things and making some travel jerky. But I mean, at this rate, looking around and with what the loggers have done coming back through here, at this rate, we're 6 months' time, we'll have a nice little outpost, nice little trading post.
Yes.
Even though it's only half a day out from Swamp Pass itself.
Yeah, competitive situation.
Just make it bigger.
A hunting lodge, perhaps. Then.
Oh,
yeah.
Aye.
It's a good hunting around here, at least.
It is, isn't it?
Food's done pretty well.
Valentine just watches Serena like putting individual berries on and chopping them with an axe.
Great axe.
Smite. Oh.
I mean, if you have a fire or a lightning-based smite, I suppose you could cook it as you hit it.
Hang on. Well, I mean, we can technically pre-cook, but
we can also freeze. I've got Ray of Frost. I can make things cold. But yeah, I think we I think given last time we tried to force march it up to the logging camp, that did not end up too well for us.
That didn't go well, no.
No.
So I think very
and it's
much,
rainy, it's horrible, and Serena's just like,
weather's not that bad.
it's not nice. It's really not nice.
It's not windy and rainy. It's just a bit rainy. I think Valentine has a background feature where he can march for like 16 hours from his marine past. So he's not fussed if you carry on or not, but he's quite happy to stay.
Just force march.
We'll see that.
Everybody's like, bye.
He's off on his own.
Go.
I didn't say he was good enough. I said he could.
All right, so we camp and we go around preparing and that kind of stuff for things. I remember Brynna had alarm.
Yes.
So are we using that for the night?
Yeah,
or?
probably take 10 minutes or so, like take the cards out again and split the deck. And again, the silvery thread comes forth and sort of like go wrapping it around the edges of the camp and just get it all set up.
Yeah. And if something ticks, like trips the alarm, is it an audible noise or is it just something
Yes,
that-
it's the
it's
audible one.
It's the audible
Yeah.
bell. Okay, not the
I can
secret.
pick
Not
the secret one,
bell.
which is just me, but it's a handbell for 10 seconds within 60 feet, so it'll
Okay.
wake everyone up.
It will wake everyone up.
Mm.
Yes. All right. Cool. All right. With that, are you going to set watches? Or are you going to make sure you all get, you all go to bed together
I feel like Valentine
at the
would
same
probably
time? Not bed
insist.
together. Sorry, not bed together at the same time. My
I
bad.
don't know. Honey was pretty comfy, like cuddled up. We were pretty
Pretty chilled.
comfy. Yeah.
Killed it with Serena.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Serena's quite warm.
Asha is pretty comfortable doing the like the middle watch in the middle of the night because she can see in dark real well. If
Mhm.
other people want to flank that watch.
Okay.
I'll definitely do either the first or the last watch, whichever.
I'll do the other one if you want. Though.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll probably like help the first one by casting light on like just like a stick or something, and then going to
On
bed.
my shield.
Yeah, there you
Good
go on
idea.
your shield. Yeah.
Cool. So we are having a semi watch, but it's not like
Alarm's still up, so it's still needs
alarms
to
up,
be-
so we're not too sort of worried. Maybe it's the sort of watch where you are turning meat over as it dries, kind of.
You're,
Watch
you're
the
doing
fire
count-
rather
you're
than
doing,
the dangers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
Honey
think-
doing watch. Can Honey have a couple of hours and then have a flutter around and have a couple of hours and flutter around? Because I don't think Honey's really needed, but
Sure.
like a bit of an animal kind of thing. Like a dog would get up and go around and then go back to sleep and then up again.
Yeah.
Could Honey do that with his 120-foot dark vision?
Absolutely.
Not as good as yours, like Dennis, but still.
And not as good as
Valentine's
Apple,
definitely doing a proper watch. He's like patrolling the perimeter and all sorts of stuff. It's just
Serena is definitely watching the fire more than
too
watching-
long of a habit to break.
Oh, it's nice and warm next to the fire. Oh no, whatever shall I do?
Are you a cat born?
I mean, yes, looks at cat on lap. That is me.
Oh, nice. Okay. So we have a bunch of varying devotion to watch.
Britain's just like, no,
No,
nah,
I'm just gonna
it's done.
It's like I did my job.
Gave you a
Alarm's
glowing
up.
stick, and there's an
Alarm's
alarm.
up. There's a glowing stick. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to bed.
Bye. Excellent. I love it. All right. Who does anybody want to make an actual perception check? Are you happy to just roll
I
on?
do. It doesn't have
Okay.
to
Cool.
come to anything, but like it's definitely a bone deep habit for him.
Okay.
Which is why he gets an 18.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. All right. So early watch. Folks are still maybe half pottering around. It's quite good visibility here. Like you can see along the side of the river. You can see like to one side is the camp kind of fire and haze, and then to the other side is like swamp-ass sort of haze. You're not too far away from either. You look over towards where you saw that light a couple of weeks ago, maybe, as the sun sort of completely leaves the sky, but it doesn't look like it reappears.
Okay.
And yeah, you sort of make your patrol, and other folks are a bit like maybe roll their eyes slightly sort of thing, but yeah, you make your patrol, and yeah, get to the end of your watch unscathed.
All right.
Mm.
Sleep like a
dead.
log.
Not dead.
Yeah,
No.
Britain's just out. Yeah, it's like easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Cole probably doesn't even bother that much that like can probably just sleep out next to the fire.
Cool. Out on the well, it's raining,
Yeah.
so you'll get
Does
wet.
the effect?
Uh,
Does it?
I do have cold resistance. Whether that helps anything.
I mean, I think we have enough tents.
I've
Yeah, I
got
think
a
we
tent
do,
as well. Like I don't think like it's a different, isn't it? If your clothes are wet and all your gear is wet, that's pretty hard to sleep in.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
If you're not
There's a
making
thing
an
for that,
effort
isn't there?
to stop getting soaked, you do have to make a con save.
Yeah, no, probably tend to. Fair enough. It's,
But
yeah, I just need to remember.
force them into a tent. Just be like,
Pitch
"Get
the
in
tent over Brynna.
Yeah.
Just
You
A-frame
will
it. Yeah,
sleep in
just,
a tent.
just A-frame it and throw a tarp over. There you go.
Yeah, you will sleep in a tent, Brynna. Okay. After Brynna, it's Sasha.
Asher rolled a 24.
Oh, excellent. So yeah, you sort of sit, maybe walk around a bit, watch out into the night.
Yeah.
Look over into look up towards where perhaps these folks are talking about the witch lives. There's a witch.
Apparently so.
Doesn't look like you can see any witch flying around on the broom or anything like that.
Is the light out at all? Can I see
The
the light?
light doesn't appear again. No, this mysterious light we saw a couple of weeks ago does not appear again. And we watch. After a while, you're pretty sure you see something like a big bird out towards where we saw where you were fighting the wolves. You see this big bird again, like late to roost, perhaps, or maybe I hope it's not a night owl that big. That would be terrifying. Death from above in the dark, that kind of stuff.
Caw.
Caca. Yeah. But yeah, nothing attacks in the night. This seems to be a fairly safe place now.
Good. Excellent. Back to sleep I go.
Okay. Who do you wake up after that, or is there Honey in between all the stuff?
Honey's in between, and then when Honey's not fluttering and looking, gets back in with Serena, if that's all right.
Okay.
And uses prestidigitation. When he's licking and cleaning himself, he's actually using that spell. When he's licking anyone else to clean them, it's actually that spell.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Of course it is, yeah.
Should I do a perception?
Yes, next perception check.
14.
14? Yeah, nice. It's very dark, very late. You do need your dark vision to sort of see out and beyond.
Thanks, Granny.
Yeah, you can see there's things skittering around, and now and again the mules sort of huff and puff about stuff. But
can I use beast speech? Just have a little friendly, calm them down. Shout out to any squirrels, rabbits.
Hey, squirrels!
I'm just tormenting them. I don't want anything from them. But I bet they're like, the hell was that?
Who's can't have my. I've got my own stash. Leave me alone.
You don't have any more.
No more for you.
Get off me nuts.
Brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. But nothing. Yeah, this is a wonderfully quiet evening, as we've discovered this area can be. After we've destroyed all the sturges that first time out. That's it.
And dealt with the wolves and the owlbears as well. Just
yeah, we've dealt with the wolves, dealt with the owlbears.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite a nice evening. Late but nice, and we eventually watch the sunrise. And it's a quiet morning. Actually, the rain gets worse.
Oh.
I abandoned my plan of doing morning burpees.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
This damn rain.
Oh.
How many hours has it been?
Serena would like wake up early, like supposedly to do watch, kind of poke her head out and be like, I'll watch the fire, and just be more focused on the fire. And preserving some more food. Honest.
Yeah.
By moving closer and sort of like huddling around.
Mhm.
Being like, can I get in the fireplace? Can it keep me warm?
Do we travel today then, or do you want to wait the rain out? What's the weather normally like around
Oh
here?
yeah, that was my question. How many hours has it been since Honey's weather forecasting services?
It's the next day. You've had a whole day out.
All right, then Honey will go around and do his little thing to see what the weather's like.
See it again.
It's so
Um,
overpowered, this spell. I feel like I'm abusing it.
It's not overpowered. It just works well in this style of campaign.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like
Same
mending
as survival does.
and survival
yeah.
and mending and that kind of stuff. So the rain is going to continue heavy all day, and by the end of the day, it's going to start snowing.
Oh. Can everyone see this? Do I need to tell them, or do I just know this?
You just know it. So unless you
Sunshine all day today, everyone. All day.
Excellent.
Good.
as like the
Look
rain
out.
is just pouring. Just
You sure?
Only joking. No, it's not. It's going to rain. It might clear up
Oh.
later on tonight, but yeah, no, it might snow tonight.
Oh,
I'm
that's not
sorry,
too
it's gonna
bad.
snow.
But
I
it'll
don't
be.
like snow.
Oh, it's going to be that soggy kind of snow on the
Horrible
It's not
snow.
even going to be horrible. It's not even going to be nice.
It's
No.
gonna be slippy.
We should stay in this camp you mentioned where the loggers are.
Yeah, camp's about probably what half a day, 2/3 of a day away.
Mm.
It's
We
not
get
that
there
far.
before it snows. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that's good there.
even if
You'll
it's,
get there. You'll get there in a couple of hours. You'll basically get there by the end of your first first walk. Maybe even before then. It's not that
We
not
can
far.
maybe get an idea of exactly where the witch is compared to. 'Cause
Yeah.
We didn't really get that last time.
Okay. So bit squelchy underfoot. We've still got some of our food left because we've preserved, put it on, packed it up, wrapped it up, put it on the mules. We gather ourselves and we spend the morning. Are we going to do any foraging on the way, or are we happy we've got a good chunk of stuff to just keep going?
might as well see if we can top up.
Yeah, do a little bit.
Just in case we need to feed the loggers again.
Yeah,
That's
well-
we have to stay for free. And I do want a stroke as well, so that's going to cost.
Yeah, just a nice snuggle. Sure.
Mm.
Will
Um,
most of the prey not be driven away by the rain or driven underground or whatever it lives here?
Don't ask me, honestly.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I guess there's a way to find out then.
Can I
Let
make
us
a
ha-
nature
We
check
can
and
find
answer
out.
that?
Let us hunt.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll help you if you want, Valentine.
All right then. Is it shift for advantage?
Or a right click.
Yeah, right click, I think.
Oh yeah. And roll. I got a 14 and a 15, so I get a 17. So if there is stuff that doesn't carry it draining, we can eat it.
Okay. Well, there must be some stuff that comes out during the rain.
Worms.
Yeah, worms,
True.
that
No.
kind of stuff.
Hi, hello.
Shai Hulud. No, they don't come out in the rain. They don't like water. That's the thing there. So we like what must it be? Like
Probably
Just
like
rabbits.
well, there's that, or there's like wild forage. So like
I mean, maybe the
carrots
deer
and-
come out more because the rain keeps the predators from finding them. Who knows?
or like maybe it's some birds and that kind of stuff that would normally be off and now roosting on the things, and you just
Oh,
get
okay, yeah,
like
yeah.
that kind of stuff instead of
I feel like probably Serena's probably like boosting Valentine like up the tree. Like, come on.
yeah.
That's how we assist.
I imagine you more just like running at the tree and whacking it so they all fall out, and then we stab them.
Mhm.
Either
Is that like
or,
whack them
yeah.
all when they're on the floor?
I
Basically.
assumed you were a bit more stealthy than that, but
Present
all
of
good.
yourself.
violence.
Well, I'm wearing heavy army, so I'm definitely not
Same.
stealthy.
same.
Like
Okay, we're
disadvantage.
definitely running at the trees and hitting them,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Yeah, just taking advantage of those metal pieces to stay safe.
Yep.
Okay, so we gather 1d6 plus wisdom, burps, and food.
Who's rolling?
You, because you
You.
did the.
Okay.
Yep.
Roll. 4. I don't have a wisdom modifier.
All right. 4
Well,
pounds
yeah,
of
no,
4 pounds of burb.
Burb.
Nice.
Nice. And we set off the quite well-worn sort of track along the side of the river till we reach the logging camp. When we arrived there, it looks a little different. Not so many buildings or not so many of the semi-permanent structures. It looks like they're in the process. A few of them are tearing down. There's quite a few more mules and stuff here as well. So when the folks have come back from town after shipping the logs down, they've brought more mules with them because they're going to then move the camp a bit further up is the plan. So they are in this kind of like tear down. Not completely, like they're still logging and bringing stuff in and that kind of stuff, but they are like taking down like the place where like the sort of half open barn kind of thing where they had a lot of the stores, that's mostly down and they're just covered tarpaulin over it all and that kind of stuff. So yeah, and you greeted like, hi, it's you folks again. You know, do you want to join us? Are you just, look, we can see in your eyes, you want to be loggers, you want to give up with this madness. What was it? Hootie bears and danger. I saw how bad you folks looked when you came back from that. You didn't look like a nice trip out.
But
Worthwhile though.
look,
She's wearing
I
it
know.
now. She's
Fancy.
wearing it
Fine.
now.
Yeah. No, many thanks for taking care of what is obviously a very deadly beast, but also
Yeah.
it's a bit deadly. Like he points to a big board and it's like there are 15 days since the last accident. Much safer being a logger.
Not
Okay.
exciting though, is it?
I mean,
Well,
I
no.
took it perfectly fine.
Sometimes it's exciting if you let certain members of the camp do the cooking that night.
True.
Is
you
it
know.
exciting the morning after though? Is the real question.
Well, yeah, that's the excitement. Is it going to be exciting tomorrow or not? You know, are we gonna be all right or are we not?
We get that here anyway with our travels, but you know, I appreciate it. We appreciate it, but we're actually what was his name?
Till was it?
Till, yeah, Till.
Okay.
We were actually looking into another one of his stories, at least since the first one seemed to, you know, make sense and happened.
Oh, okay.
We're taking a look on for that witch that was mentioned.
Mhm.
And he laughs. The witch that makes it rain.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's raining.
So we're going to ask her to stop.
He does take a moment. He's like, it is. You got me there. If you haven't told her you come in because it wasn't this bad yesterday. Maybe she knows.
Maybe she knows. Hey, if that's the case, then hey, well, someone else who predicts fortunes.
Yeah. And he looks at you like really nervous. Really nervous.
I'm just gonna give him like the smile and the thumbs up, like it's all right. Oh, well, how are you for well, basically being able to stay here before we set out, rather not want to set out into the night with the weather like it is.
Because it's going to snow. It's going to snow, Granny said.
It's going to snow tonight.
Yeah.
And he looks.
Apparently.
He looks at Brinna and he looks at Serena and he goes, "Is Granny the witch?"
No, I don't think so. Hope
I
not.
don't think so.
That will be
She
a
might
plot
be.
turner if so.
Yeah.
We're all dead.
That'd
if she
be
is.
that'd be a surprise.
Who is
and,
Granny, honey?
Well, I'm Granny's familiar. She's missing at the minute, but she's not dead because she made me a cake and now I can see in the dark.
See, this all makes sense.
You eat a lot of mushrooms.
Used to in the Feywild, but there's not many here. So.
Right. So, okay.
Bit boring.
Just like,
Okay.
But if Granny makes us a cake, if you eat it, then you either get very nice stuff or you're sick. So it depends what mood she's in.
like our cooking.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Maybe.
what, we can put up cooking for tonight if you want. We've got a decent amount of hunting through. For in exchange for hospitality and
Okay.
potentially something for the road, maybe a bit more anything we might need, if there anything you can spare, really. You wouldn't happen to have a
We've got
fishing
lots
rod.
of wood.
Fishing rod.
Yeah.
And he sort of like he goes over to like this tarpaulin and he's like shunk and like water flies everywhere and he's scrabbling through kind of thing, and he's like, we've got a couple and it's not a fishing rod but it's like a line and hook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that kind.
Yeah.
He's like, well, we and he
Do you have
They'll-
a spear?
well, we could cut a stick to have a point.
Yes, that'll do.
You mean like, do we have a metal spear for fighting? No.
To fish with.
And he shouts off to someone. It's like, bring us like, they bring like this bundle of sticks and
It has to be a good
twigs,
length.
stuff they've cut off the sides of the trees, and they're like, well, if you're around for a while, I could probably.
Yeah, it's
probably
probably on
cut you-
8 foot, maybe an inch thick. It has to be longer than my shadow.
Are you
Okay.
scared of the shadow, Valentine?
No, the fish are.
Get away. Get away.
He seems pretty good with pretty on point with his hunting, so I'd listen to him.
And just like, okay, well, yeah, give me a while. I was just in the middle of stuff, but over lunch, if you're here for the day, I can try and get you something. Sure.
Asher
You
will
like
just
sausage and beans.
Because have you got any sausages and beans?
Do you?
Asher will just quickly.
He looks at this pile of stuff and he's like, maybe.
I can cook that.
Oh, you're cooking. I'm chopping. Excellent. All right. So is that the intention? We're going to stay at the logging camp for day
I think
2?
with the weather oncoming as it is, Bryn's not too bothered about the cold, but like the rest of the party.
What's Asher going to do?
Too amazing.
You were saying.
Sorry, I was just going to quickly nudge Valentine and point at Velvet. Like, she's got a spear strapped to her. You can have that if you want.
Oh, excellent. Yes, that'll definitely do. On the way back home in the river, I'll catch you some fish to eat.
Cool.
Okay.
It was part of my
Um,
starting equipment, so there you go.
Nice. Nice.
Serena will probably like help like add like some of the birds like to the general cooking, and like probably try and help with the cooking. She's not going to do great, but she's also probably not going to do bad. So
Fair. Okay.
I mean, in fact, let's roll for it because that's fun.
Okay.
How to cook.
Rolling dice is fun. It is. You're right.
You ruined it.
How'd it go, Mel?
Molluscus. That's a natural one.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you'll have to try your own food first. Them's the cooking rules.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So there must come a point during like the afternoon where one of the loggers, one of these burly humans, is like, you know what, friend? Would you mind washing the pot? You know, that kind of thing. could really do with or I'm not used to this dragon cuisine. Maybe you could teach us another time. Kind of thing.
Maybe you could go and like help carry some logs instead or something.
Yeah, and they're relatively polite about it, but also like
The points
stop.
across of just please before you ruin anything else.
I mean, dragons might not actually eat the same thing as humans. Like, what if in Dragonborn cuisine you cut the head off and shake the brain out, and that's what you actually eat? And you're like, oh, Nomi, and they're like, that is the grossest thing I've ever seen. What the hell is that thing doing?
I'm not rich enough to eat that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
must-
Ash, after when Ash has her first bite, it will literally just be a purified food. I'm gonna keep eating.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we sit out the day. There's various like light activities and that kind of stuff that happens. Bit of wine, a bit of beer. There was some brandy or something that was brought down originally. And the meal is like big and hearty, and like the more they can use up, the less they have to take down at the end of the week to in part of like the scouting kind of trips and that kind of stuff. So it is like, okay, we rationed well, let's have a bit of a celebration. Also they've met the quota kind of thing, they've shipped it all down, so this is like their sort of
Downtime.
downtime, couple of days off for them.
Like Bryn will probably open up her viol and like have a bit of a fiddle, you know, the sort of fiddle music playing, and you know, have a good generally set the mood.
Cool. Do you want to make a performance check?
I did. Not 20.
Oh, it's a very good mood.
24 total. 24
Oh,
total.
nice. There may indeed be some sore heads tomorrow. But in a good way, not in a miserable way. And so what are we asking? Like once we've got time, what are we asking Till? Or the people in general about this witch?
We're definitely
So-
like plying with alcohol and with the good food, and until like waiting until like Britta's like done some really good like performing, and so
Tunes.
Till's like relaxed and chilled,
Mhm.
and then kind of be like, so this witch that you were talking about,
Yeah.
what do you know about them?
They live up the mountain, and they make the weather bad.
Have you like seen them?
Oh no. You don't want to annoy a witch, do you?
So how do you know that they're there?
And he gestures to the rain. Like, well, how else is it going to be this bad?
It's just the weather, isn't it?
It's the clouds in the sky.
Yeah, but that's what the witches bring. Like, they bring the weather and stuff, don't they? It's like bad magic and stuff, isn't it?
Friend, you do know this is a mountain, yes?
Well, yeah.
And perhaps closer to the sky and therefore the clouds?
What's that got to do with it?
Makes sense to me.
I don't know. Honey seems to predict the weather all the time. They seem to know exactly what's going on.
Is Honey a witch? He looks at the dragon, the
Do I
fairy
look
dragon.
like a witch?
Well, I've never met one.
Bitch, I'm a dragon.
Oh, I thought you would be bigger.
Quite big enough that my feet reach the ground.
Well, yeah. I guess.
You're only a little dragon. It's fine.
Are you still
Little
growing?
dragon. Still, I think I'm about grown, really. I don't need to get any bigger.
No, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
I think I'm quite tall, actually. Wouldn't you say, Serena? Just because I'm not as big as Serena.
Yeah, but you're still tall and you still hold your own, and you can. Yeah, it's all good.
He'll pop a puff out his chest.
Well, yeah, but no, I've never met the witch. I'm not a adventurer like you. I just chop down trees. And he points like up the hill vaguely. It's like, she lives up there though. Like, we've talked about it in our family for years.
But how do you know that if you've not been up there?
And he looks confused, like, how do I not? Like, of course, like, folks, like, my family have talked about it for years. The witch who lives up the mountain makes the rain when she's mad.
What about when she's not mad?
Yes, what upsets the witch?
Well, based on the weather around this place, everything.
I see.
She mustn't be a very cheerful person.
Is it just your family, or is it others that have said this as well?
No, I think a few folks have said it. There's a while like where it was discouraged. Like, the church never used to like us talking about witches and we lived up mountains. They that was not part of the official doctrine. But I guess now the revolution's come, we're allowed to talk about witches living up mountains again.
Huh.
I mean, it didn't really affect us up out this way too much. We used to just, the old father in the temple, he was all right. And he's a bit like.
Do the tales of your family have the witch's name, or indeed how to make them happier?
And he sits and he thinks, and then like one of the others is like, didn't we used to like, leave food out or something?
Mhm.
Well, no, I think that was for like berries and stuff.
Right.
And there's like a spat, like a sort of half conversation around the fire in the afternoon of like which wives' tale applies to the witch and which is an old one. And that kind of stuff is like, no, that was when you used to have to put like red ribbons round your mule's head on Tuesday, that kind of stuff. And it's like, I don't know if there was a name or not. Some stories about the wizards who used to live out this way. There's definitely stories about that.
Do you think, and like Bryn sort of like, having sort of music sort of dies down a little bit, and she sort of comes and join in at the idea of stories. It's like, ooh, well, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, do you think she's got anything to do with wizards then? Like the whole thing with the barrels was meant to be because of wizards. I think she's like another one of them, sort of like throwbacks.
I mean, you're saying that she's a lady wizard and not really a witch.
What's the
And
difference?
then there's somebody
What's
else
the
who's
difference?
like, look, the skills can be wizards as well. You have to go have that kind of conversation. I don't know.
The Witchard?
Like he's like, I don't do magic. I chop trees down. Why does everybody think I'm the expert here? Kind of stuff. Well, yeah, she could be like one of them wizards that people just maybe one that controlled the weather.
Weather wizard.
A weather
Mhm.
wizard.
Weather wizard.
A wizard.
A wizard. Either way, she must be eating well and doing good with magic to be alive so long.
What? How long's she been alive?
Well, and he sits and he thinks and he's like, well, we've been talking about it since I was young, and let's
Only a
see.
few years then, eh?
And he laughs and he goes, I'll have you know, I'm 25. So let's see. When was
Wizard War. Was it Wizard War?
there was a wizard war that was 200 years ago. And then about 15 years ago was the other revolution, the glorious revolution of Treacle Mine Road. No. So he's like, I don't know, we've been talking about it at least since my great gran, couple of 100 years. Great gran.
Now I'm intrigued.
Hmm.
Okay, let's go and see her. Let's go and see her. I can't wait to meet her. I wonder if she's any
Perhaps
good
the
at
wizard
cooking.
witch will be pleased of your tales.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
what? Like
she-
it's like worship, and oh no, we've been taught that's bad. Like you can't worship people who aren't
No,
and he
just that
gestures
the-
to the sky, like it's
Yeah.
like false testimony,
no,
and
friend.
he's
simply
like
that-
panicking, like you can
Yeah.
see hundreds of years of religious indoctrination just washing over his face, like
Or
no.
kind of like Serena will kind of like put her hand on his arm, and just be like, Cora's fine. Cora's like cool with different things going on. It's fine.
But he's desperate to cast sleep on them. But then everyone else might fall asleep. Guess everyone's
That's with the lowest hit points. That's with the lowest hit points, and these folks
But
are
if you have the most, it's like, oh,
these folks are technically commoners.
Oh God.
Okay,
Madam.
so yeah, he has a bit of a panic, and then he calms down. He's like, "No, it's all right. Sorry, I'll get used to it. Like, but it's odd. Like, it's when you go into town and you see that new priest in town. He's a bit interesting because he's like all blue with his wispy. He's talking about a bear genasi, you know. He's like with wispy hair.
Do I know specifically who he's talking about?
Yeah, Horicus.
Is that the
Horicus. Yeah, he's talking about Horicus, who's the church genasi. They're a bit interesting. I've never, like, all the way out here was a bit special, isn't it?
That's
That
pretty
kind of
chill.
stuff. And yeah, like the conversation drifts into like comparative religion for a little bit, and eventually we'll drift back to like the witch up in the hill and that kind of stuff. It's like, well, I wish I had more tales and stuff, but it's just been a thing. Like the witch
It's
who
out
lives up the mountain, she controls the weather.
we're going to
So
see
wait.
it tomorrow anyway.
Well, we will let
Yeah.
you know, friend. We will tell you if
We'll
we do
bring
not
Maria for
return.
you.
Add that into your tales.
Okay, good. I hope you do return because I quite like you all.
Oh, I like you.
I like you too.
Aye, who else is going to deal with your problems? Apparently,
The hootie bears and
Mm.
that kind of stuff. Well, we sort of deal with them by just skirting around them and going a different way.
Well,
Well, we'd
There's
more
plenty of
go and
trees.
talk to the witch than murder the witch, but you know.
I bet this witch is going to be lovely, and we're going to have a nice, cute ally, and then we can just chill around their house. We can cook pies, we can chill. She can control the weather for us.
Hey, it can finally be snowing properly.
Yeah.
No,
What's the weather like
no,
now?
we don't want
can we have a look?
this.
Like just to have a,
Yeah, so it's if we imagine we've spent most of the day here, you can see it starting to turn into the snow.
right, so it
Honey
is happening then.
pictured. It's going from like heavy rain to snow. So the chill sets in as the sort of clear night kind of it can't be that clear because it's raining, but you know what I mean, as the sun's gone down and it's that kind of stuff. Winds bringing the chill in, I guess.
Oh, I can feel it.
Yeah.
I got an extra blanket. That's my question. I don't think I have. I'm going to get an extra blanket next time I'm into.
I mean, there's a big fire here, so it's not that
Weather gear
cold.
and stuff as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can,
You should all have winter gear to
Yes.
start with.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I need to add that on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Honey does have a little scarf, little cute scarf,
got-
and his little collar. His little collar,
A little woolly hat.
little star charm, and a little hat when he needs it. Yeah. I'll cuddle up to Serena because I assume Serena's quite warm.
Mhm.
If Serena lets me, Serena can, of course.
Yeah,
put
no,
in
Serena
tips.
like radiates heat, but is generally feeling quite cold.
Yeah, I'll wrap myself around the back of her.
Nice.
Dragons, man, dragons.
You might have just gained
That's
yourself
you.
a familiar.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can't wait to meet this witch.
Aye, well, if she's all she's cracked up to be, then sure, interesting. Who bets it's just some old woman out and living in the mountain or something? I don't know.
She might need help.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Oh, we'll have to go and help her.
she might appreciate some of the extra food as well. So
Might appreciate some company. Pretty much. If everyone else is running away because it's oh no, it's the witch on the hill.
Misunderstood witch that controls the weather. Yeah. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we rest. We don't have to keep a watch. We can like fully rest. We don't have to use our rations because we helped out with that kind of stuff. So
Just before we do, can we see what the weather's like for the next 24 hours?
yeah,
Honey's weather
Might as well.
forecasting services. Granny,
Excellent.
tell us
Honestly
the weather.
worth. Honestly worth.
What are the scores George does?
George does. So it's going to snow, then it's going to snow, then it's going to rain, then it's going to snow.
Goodness sake.
Ah,
So it's
well,
going to snow, it's going to snow, it's going to rain, and it's going to snow, said Granny.
see,
Why
that
so
doesn't
much
sound like a.
snow?
Ugh.
See, that doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, 'cause you just don't get cold. I've got my little scarf, and you're wearing half an owl anyway.
On top of not really feeling the cold. No, it's good. It's a good life around here. Funnily enough, when it's summer, I'm going to hate it, but I'm going to enjoy it for a while I can.
It's nice
God
in the
bless
summer
you.
though. You get all the the heat just beating down, and you can just
You get
bake in the
bugs.
sun.
Oh,
Bugs everywhere.
I like bugs. I chase them around.
I will. Hopefully by then we can have some sort of idea of how to control the weather, and it can be cold, or a nice, fine, overcast, mildly warm.
Well, if we make friends with this witch, we're laughing.
Exactly.
And if we don't,
Hopefully,
we're laughing.
yeah. If we don't, and we prove something otherwise, then it's like, well, again, we've been somewhere that anyone else hasn't.
I hope
And,
they're friendly, and I hope they're nice. And I hope, yeah.
If they're not nice, Serena, I imagine you're going to hit it as hard as you hit that hootie bear. And you hit that hootie bear hard. I mean, he hit you harder back, but you hit him.
Yeah, I did. But we did go into its lair with the intention to kill it. So
We did get paid a decent amount of money to do it.
And from all accounts, it was a predator that terrorized the local area.
Aye,
Yeah.
plenty of dead inside. So
Mm-hmm.
well, we did the right thing. Is probably the best way to put it. Whether or not you want to.
And now Bryn is wearing the right thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just ask what the revolution the lumberjack mentioned was about? What was that?
Oh, okay. We asked.
Do we know that?
Yeah. So
I asked the party.
That's a good question.
Does the party know?
I've got proficiency in history.
yeah, make a history check.
A 21.
Ooh.
21.
Oh, you know.
Okay.
you know.
So
I like my tails.
yeah. Originally, and depends on your race and how long they last. The human nation of the land was ruled by a very devout cult who basically closed the borders to anybody who wasn't human. Lock the doors down. Everybody who's and if you were outside, that's it. Tough. Only those in this land chosen are going to stay here. And for about, what did we say, 200-300 years, they ruled it. But they didn't necessarily rule it very well. And eventually, about 15 years ago, there was a revolution, another revolution. Because, all right, so no, I've told that wrong. Originally, this land was ruled by wizards. Lots of wizards, really brilliant wizards, amazing wizards everywhere. Every place had minor magics and all that kind of stuff. There was the first revolution was the church took over, didn't like the magics. That was a blasphemy and taking away the effort of the people and that kind of stuff. Church took over. There is allegedly a section of the land called the Scar, where the final battle between the church and the wizards were. And it's a big hole in the ground now, apparently. And that kind of stuff. So there was that. And then for a couple of 100 years, the church ruled. But it's a big place and they didn't necessarily do it that well. And then eventually there was a sort of a people's revolution about 15-20 years ago. this People's Revolution, the Commonwealth, as they call themselves, have now got to the point where they've opened the borders again. They're letting in any folks who want to come in, because the nation, like the majority of folks, are, starving, uneducated, underpopulated. There's not enough folks to go around and do stuff, and lots of records and knowledge and stuff was lost. Part of what's like invites people to come out to the West March is this was like originally like the capital of the nation was in the Scar, which is on the edge of where we're sort of looking. So there's loads of like arcane research and arcane treasures there. Hopefully there's some libraries and stuff in here, and that kind of stuff. So the second revolution, the Commonwealth Revolution, kicked out the church, the cult of the father, and returned to like the generic sort of not generic, but the accepted theology of Mivia, the noble nations and all that kind of stuff, and opened the borders again after the religious revolution, closed the borders, and said magic is evil. Except God magic, which is okay, but not everybody can have God magic. You can't use it too much because that's then an abuse of God magic. God magic is just there for,
A gluttony, God magic.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And all that kind of complicated things. So about 20 years ago, 20 years ago, there was a bunch of Commonwealth revolutions, and now it is the Commonwealth of Journdaholt. And everybody's welcome again.
Hey, well...
Thanks, Brynna.
Right.
That's very well explained.
Wow.
In a strangely normal voice.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. I put it up on the slide I was reading through while it was, because it was like, I would know this.
Yeah.
Apparently, I would know this. Yeah. So it's like, cool. I'll read it up. I
mean, like the tales and stuff that maybe Bruno would hear would be like the battles between like the church and the magitocracy, of like, explosions of fireballs and people, doing eye lasers and that kind of stuff, because it's all hyped up. I
imagine there's probably like a few like what would be considered like heroes and villains from that era as well, like properly that have been blown out of proportion.
Yeah, like
flying across the sky on their own, off their own magic, laying waste to things below them. It's like,
there's I can't remember because it's in a completely different PDF, but the leader, like the leader of the church, he was alive from the first revolution to the last revolution.
The second revolution.
He was alive for those 300 years. So people were like convinced he was an angel or something. And then obviously the second revolution were like, no, he must have been a devil because look at all the bad they did and that kind of stuff. So there's, depending on who you talk to, there's that. And then there's, some of the mages saw that they were losing and just decided to go to a different dimension. That kind of stuff. And
yeah.
All kinds of
wow,
weird
Bryn. All of a sudden, I'm more scared of this witch, because if she's 200 years old, she probably knows some of these people.
Hey, doesn't that excite you?
Though.
A little bit, but she could kill us all. Well, we've got Serena, I suppose, but she could kill us all still.
Yeah, but she could probably she'd want to kill me more, surely.
Oh no! Like the idea is if on the massive type that it is someone somehow from back then, don't you think it'd be don't you think it'd be interesting to find out what they had, what sort of stories,
Definitely.
what sort of knowledge they have?
As long as they don't try and kill me on sight.
Yeah, the disposition matters, I believe.
Oh well, I mean, if it's think about it, if it is part of the old conclave, if they are and they're 250 years old or whatever, then they're only really going to hate the church, right?
Oh, so just you, Serena. Oh wow, okay.
No, like the church.
What church?
The Church of the Father.
Are they really going to know the difference because they've been alive for 200 years? They're not going to know.
They probably know their enemy, I imagine.
The guitar riff is heard in the background. Sorry, Rage Against the Machine. Couldn't help it.
I can't wait.
Excellent song that is.
It is, isn't it?
Could be an interesting one, and I might take a bit more of a backseat to try and not make it as obvious that I'm connected to the church, even though it's a slightly different church and it's a different thing, different feel?
So if you yeah, just if you do, I'll just introduce you as a caravan guard or
think
something. You're not wearing anything too
being-
fancy.
Being alone for 200 years probably does not put one in the best of moods for company.
Possibly, or maybe on the bright side, maybe more so.
Well, tell them it's your birthday.
Is it-
Cause
is
a
it-
celebration. You can't kill someone on their birthday. That's just rude.
It's pretty symbolic, like whole circle kind of thing. But anyway, let's not go
Don't
on about
mention
the
that
idea
part.
of let's not go on about the idea of killing people on their birthdays, because
Well, let's definitely scout this witch's house before we knock on the door, just in case.
yeah. But I think for and it's probably the case of like we're having this conversation, like probably like Taylor, someone's just looking. I'm like, what the?
It's definitely going into some of
realistically,
the
there's
stories
probably
now,
no
isn't it? Of the
witch.
shite we're making up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably no witch. Let's face it. Like we're probably going up there on a bit of a
Mhm.
wild goose hunt, but
Okay.
it'll be fun,
well,
right?
Imagine
I
if it
can't
actually is a
wait.
goose.
I can't wait. I'm going to
Should we
sleep.
set
Good
off on
night.
our wild goose hunt then?
I'm going to
For,
cast sleep on myself.
Going to sleep so it gets you quicker.
And everyone else around me.
Use up all my hit points, and then like you hear some of the luggage just going bump.
And all the mules going.
Yeah, the mules falling down the
Birds flying and house drops.
like that one last one hit point bump. Yeah.
Asha, what
cat.
do you think? Do you not think it's a bit funny that they might be up there and they might have been up there for 200 years?
Yeah, I've heard stranger things. I mean, the story of the church taking over a nation and doing a very bad job of it is not unfamiliar to myself.
Me neither.
But a long lost relic of that age being stuck on top of on a mountain. I've heard weirder tales. It's not outside the realm of possibilities. I mean, it's possible, not likely, but possible. If nothing else, it'd be a heck of a trip.
Hey,
yeah.
power
It's a
usually
heck of a
comes
tale.
with money, which is obviously not the case here, I think.
no, but they can also come with knowledge,
Hmm.
and learning a few things is always worth it. And if not, then you can kind of make it in the sort of equivalence. Someone's going to pay for that knowledge, and therefore that knowledge becomes money.
Or should just be a really strong ally. I'm hoping that's the case.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of hoping that a little bit, because it's obviously a better outcome than having to
Well,
Beat her into the ground. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Let's not mention that one. But
should
yeah,
we set off
it's-
then?
yeah, in the morning, just be ready for what might be a relatively tough journey if Honey's got it all right. Which nothing to do so far.
Of course, Honey's got it right. He's always been right for every single one of these predictions.
Terrifying, really.
Which
There
worries
was
me.
a set of dots at the end of that sentence, wasn't there, Millie?
It worries me either this witch is controlling the weather, and I'm predicting the weather that she's controlling, or
It's
it's just
getting worse.
Maybe it's you. Maybe you're
Okay.
picking the weather.
Oh, it's getting worse. The closer we get, it's getting worse. Serena, my goodness.
Mm.
Well, it's only been 2 days so far. Can't really, make
I
conclusions.
just look out the window.
just
How
yet.
bad is that snow?
I mean, it's obscured, so like perception checks and stuff are going to be a disadvantage. And if you want to move a fast pace, then you're probably going to be making like constitution, like endurance checks.
What about
Um,
flying through it?
It's not going to be brilliant, but as long as you're not trying to do anything too quickly, like normal pace is fine. And normal pace is fine, but perception checks a disadvantage, and then everything else it depends on how fast you go. Like I think you'll be all right.
Okay. Are we taking the mules in the morning?
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah, I mean,
Got our
it's got
kit
my
on.
tent and my food on it.
Yeah.
Same.
I could carry it, but I'd rather travel light.
It's okay. Bryn could carry it too. Bryn could carry the mules too.
Oh, I'd rather not carry the entire mules.
And me.
And you weigh next to nothing. It's all
I was
right.
gonna say, I can carry you, honey. That's fine.
I'll do a little flutter.
Oh,
I
well.
could manage a piggyback Asher.
Yep, no worries.
Okay, so we rest at the luggage camp for the day, and then on day 3 in the snow. It's not heavy snow. It's just snow.
Is it laid?
Is it crispy underfoot?
Crunch, crunch. Sweet, sweet.
Deep and crisp and even.
Given a whole day of heavy rain, I don't think it would.
Oh.
I think it's
Oh.
just slush underneath.
Oh.
But I think by the end of today, it probably will start sticking, because it's gonna rain for not rain. It's gonna snow for 2 of the 4 session walks, 4 blocks, 4-hour blocks, and then it'll snow, and then overnight it'll. Then it'll rain, and then overnight it'll snow again. So we set off. We're going to follow the river up the side of the mountain for a while, see what we find, see if there's any sign of witches or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any signs of
anything
habitation, I
where-
would think.
Yeah, anything, any signs of things like hunting
Everything.
or trapping as well.
Okay. Sure.
Any plumes of smoke? Any evidence that someone lives there?
Okay.
Signs of life.
Yeah.
Signs of life. Nice. Okay. So we set off, moving along. So we need, we're not really navigating like, oh no, we are, because we want to be able to know where we've been. So we need, obviously somebody needs to be like navigating, keeping an eye out on landmarks where we've gone, like, what was so and so, making notes and such. And then somebody else can, you could make another survival check, or you could make a perception check.
What is it you navigate with? Is it survival?
Survival, yeah.
Okay.
Or you could fly quite high and start circling around everyone and keeping an eye out. I know perception's quite low, isn't it, still?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine the higher up you go, the worse it is as well, because there's more
Yeah.
snow between you and
It'd
us.
probably be worse, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to either hunt or to navigate. I can help someone else do those things as well. Is it just Asher that has survival along with me?
Honey has survival.
Okay, that's cool then. Yeah.
Being in it as well.
Oh,
Proficiency +3.
spoiled for choice then. Yeah,
I
I'll
don't.
aid anyone in whatever they wish to do. Them.
I've just got perception really good,
Mhm.
so I'll look out as best I can.
I'll help you on the perception then.
So
Cool.
Honey lead then, because Honey doesn't want to go around killing creatures much.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you have a look, and then I can forage or whatever, and then whatever Valentine wants to do.
I don't mind. Probably knowing the way back to the camp is quite important, because if you get stuck in a blizzard, it's like getting stuck in a storm. You can't see anything, or everywhere looks the same.
The other option as well is we could kind of make a map as we're going along. Serena's kind of already got a map kind of
see.
going.
Do you know how much it snows here? I'm curious, like if we make a map and then the snow changes the landscape. So it's good for when there's no snow. I'm just cautious about we would
Paths
be
will
lost for days.
probably be similar, snow or not. It's not going to change too much. Like the mountain passes that come from down south, they're still just as they follow the same routes in the summer pretty much, unless
Okay.
the weather is awful. And
It's
this is not
either
awful.
been sunny or at sea for myself. In which case, I will assist Serena with food then.
Okay.
I got
We're
an
in
18
little
total for
danger
the
of being
perception.
lost.
It's
Right.
sorry, was Honey leading them? Was he leading the way? Is that survival?
Yep. All right, so we've got an 18 on perception.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
21
god, is that
survival.
2 10s? My god.
Oh no.
Why? That's a 12 on survival.
Okay.
Honey got 21 on survival.
Wow.
leading. Go on, Honey.
Okay. So Honey is leading us through the woods looking for a witch.
Flutter, flutter.
Which is Honey, like he must be good at this because he's familiar with a witch, so it must be his like favorite prey.
Bread and butter.
Yeah. Favorite enemy and that kind of stuff. He's got a level of witch ranger in there.
Detect witchery.
Yeah, and then Serena is hunter gathering. Is that right?
Yeah.
What did you get? 10?
12 altogether.
12? All right. So as you've kind of come up this way, we spend most of our day like walking, moving through this way. It's getting much harder, especially in the snow, to find anything to sort of scavenge. Not really successful at all. Either the squelch or the wind, whatever you're trying to get, if it spooks, it runs, it's off, or towards like the middle of the day, you just don't catch sight of anything this kind of way. Then Honey is Asher, you're looking around for threats and that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And it's difficult because there's there's clearly signs of stuff hunting and foraging and not foraging, but there's definitely signs of stuff here, and there's a slight worry that it's like maybe a hootie bear or something again.
No.
But you find around like what is obviously like a kill site, you can see like there's been some sort of fight up way past Brynner's sort of headline height, so something big, and it's very definitely like blade strikes in the tree, and then also like this sort of fight, whatever's been killed and then dragged off away. There are some big footprints, and they're not booted prints; they're footprints.
As in feet.
Yeah, as in something barefoot up here, swinging. And Valentine is martial, so he will have he'll have a bit of insight into the sort of these like cuts in the tree. They look more like wild swings, like something you'd kind of swing up, get caught,
Like
and
a
then
stone axe or something.
yeah, like it's got caught and then swung down, or like that kind of stuff. It's not a skilled sort of miss. It's not a skilled swing and a miss. It's something flailing wildly.
I think he would automatically do the stop sign.
Yeah.
Not that anyone else would either know or pay any attention, but yeah, he will like draw his weapon as well. And like whatever that is like an enormous weapon wielding creature.
What's he? Oh,
What do you make of this?
how big were the footprints?
Bigger than your feet.
Okay.
Like using Brynner as a guide.
Who is 8 feet tall, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. So,
What's bigger than you, Brenna?
Well, I mean,
Are there
actual
larger ones?
giants.
Larger
Actual
giants?
giants. Yeah.
I'm going to put my foot into the footprint.
you could fit in the footprint, Honey.
Oh God.
My
Honey
goodness,
fits
yeah.
in the footprint.
It's bigger than my feet.
It's the Jurassic Park moment of the standing in the footprint.
Yeah.
It zooms out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actual giants. Probably. Other than that, like actually, humanoids. I wouldn't know, honestly.
Should we follow them?
Well,
should
I
we
mean,
Keep going to the witch.
what if they're one and the same?
Oh. She needs some shoes.
Hmm,
Sorry,
she might
She
do.
needs shoes. We should make her some shoes.
Yeah.
That got me. I'm sorry.
Trying to keep a straight face head as well.
Yeah, sorry. That actually did just get me then.
Perfect.
Write
Oh,
that down.
Perfect.
We might have an offering. Yeah, you never know.
Lord
We
shoes.
could use some shoes that fit.
Bring some shoes for the witch. Excellent. So yeah, the whatever this fight was, and whatever lost and whatever won, they've made no attempts to sort of move stealthily through the woods. So it might get a little bit iffy after a bit because of the snow and that kind of stuff that's fallen. But whatever this fight was, possibly happened this morning, or you know,
So like any kind of
Better
Any-
to be the hunter than the hunted, surely.
Any blood?
any kind of evidence of any scraps of fur, feathers, I don't know, discarded
you
stuff.
you tend like probably some sort of bear that fought with
Any feathers?
no feathers. No, it wasn't a hootie bear.
It's
just
okay,
mostly-
Serena. It's not a hootie bear.
Oh, well, at least it's not. Yeah,
Good.
barrels would not be something I'd want to tussle with anytime soon. It might be worth at least following through these footprints, even if we just get an eye on where they've gone,
Or
rather
what they
than-
are.
or what they are. Yeah, that would be probably the best option. And then
brilliant.
if it is something to do with it's something to do with the witch, then well, two birds, one stone, as they say.
The shoeless witch. The
Shoeless
slipless
witch.
witch.
A giant witch.
If it's-
Bad witch.
If it turns out to be something hostile, it might be something to warn the lumberjacks about as well, to keep clear.
Aye.
Valuable info kind of thing.
Well, I think
they're
they'll keep
moving
clear
on
of this place anyway.
fairly
With
soon, but yeah.
I would be sad if they got hurt.
it'd be
let's go,
a shame.
Let's go that way.
Let's go that way.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
do it. Come on, Molly. Come on, Velvet.
Yeah. The mules are like, do we really want to follow this trail of death? Do we really?
Berries.
Yeah. Sure. Mules have
Perhaps
short
not.
memories. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to follow this trail, and for the most part, it's quite easy. But the snow and stuff makes it slower going than we'd like. As it gets to like late afternoon, and we can feel like the snow getting wetter, starting to turn into the rain that Honey was expecting. And we also know this has taken up most of our day. Yes, this sort of looking around, mapping out where we are and where we've been. We can see what looks like an old sort of ramshackled cabin, like somebody must have lived up here or something.
Oh yeah.
But like it's definitely not well maintained. It looks like, and from the light you can see there's a fire or something. From the light you can see it's coming, like light is shining through the roof in the late afternoon, early evening kind of thing. So part of the roof must have fallen down. It's just like the stonework of the chimney that was there is like the main sort of thing, and whatever is there clearly isn't using the cabin.
Yeah.
Like the chimney, they've built a fire somewhere.
And there's a hole in the roof, did you say?
Yeah, like it would mostly have been like a log cabin with a stonework chimney. So this wooden sort of walls and the roof have succumbed to time, lack of maintenance, and so on. And whatever is in there, there's a fire in there or near where it is, and you can see the light shining through what must be a hole in the roof, like a badly maintained cabin.
Does it look big enough to contain something that would have made the wounds in the trees?
I mean, yeah, possibly it might be like a bit of a small sort of crouch for some of it. It's only just a single story, like it's, you know,
Yeah.
10 foot tall, perhaps. You could imagine somebody could hang a deer on there, and, you know, like if this was a trapping cabin kind of thing, and have room to hang a deer from the sort of.
I imagine it's kind of like that sort of like log cabin where it's like, you know, there's a door, like a room, like a sleeping room,
Mhm.
a small
Yeah.
kitchen style thing, or a hanging room, and then like a chimney in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
That,
So Valentine says we should approach cautiously. Maybe one or two of us go to the cabin, the rest spread out a little bit.
could fly
Sort
and
of
look
in
in
a
the room.
semicircle.
Valentine, if you want.
Sorry?
I could look in that hole in the roof. I could fly over.
That sounds like an excellent idea. Yes, thank you.
It's a very good. That's a very good shout. Very good point.
Mhm.
Only does a little bow and flutters
Be
off.
careful though, honey. Be careful.
Mhm.
I will, Serena. I will. I promise.
And as you do, the moon, well, a new moon hides in darkness, and I'll give you bardic inspiration.
oh, nice.
Oh.
Serena, just on the off chance, the Scarlet Mother does preach vigilance, so I will give you the vigilant blessing.
Ooh.
You get
Who, me?
No,
Or
Serena. Serena. Get advantage on your initiative if need be.
Yes, I remember that one from last time. That was a good one.
The hope it's not 1-1.
Thank you very much, Ashley.
Welcome.
So, Honey, are you gonna make like a stealth check, or
Yes.
are you?
It would be stealth, isn't it, if I flutter over to this hall and peer over.
I mean, you don't have to, but if you
No,
don't,
no.
there's a chance that the thing. Well, there's more of a chance that the thing would spot you.
Well, I rolled a 10.
Okay.
You've got your
Nice.
bardic inspiration if you want to use it.
Oh,
Yeah.
1d6.
yeah. I'll do that. Plus 1d6. Thank you
Yep.
for reminding me. 5. So I got 15.
Nice. Okay. So
Yes, it did. It worked.
little tiny dragon flutters off and away towards this cabin in the evening light. And he flutters up to the roof. You see him sort of thing. So you get there and you can see, like, from the back side of the cabin, you're looking at the slightly well-maintained one. The front side of the cabin looks like it's had perhaps a stone, like a boulder or something, rolled into it. It's off to like there. You can see bits of it have fallen down. There is a fire on the floor, and sort of like with his like elbows on his knees, and the remains of a bear in front of him is this like no, if you're so you'd know what a bugbear was like. At least it's not a bugbear.
Yeah. Oh,
It's not a bugbear.
Bugbear
Like,
is
let
fair
me,
enough.
yeah, but the bugbears are fey in there. So it looks like one of them, but on steroids. Like, it's a large creature. It's covered in gore from it's eating a bear raw.
God.
Yeah, it's eating
Gone
a
to that
bear raw.
Dragonborn school of cooking, hasn't it?
Yeah. On the ground next to it is this big, ugly looking battle axe. Doesn't look like it's a very well maintained, like comparing it to Serena's probably well maintained, well cared for, lovely look. This is like
Beautifully ornate.
yeah, this is just like a stick with like sharp axe head sort of
Flint,
rammed.
yeah.
It's not that. And every now and again, this dude in between sort of eating and that kind of stuff, he says some stuff. Like, what languages does Honey speak?
Fair, Draconic, and Sylvan.
Okay, so he's
Elvish, sorry. Yeah, Sylvan, Draconic, and Elvish.
Yeah, he's muttering to himself, and he seems pretty salty, whatever he's muttering about. And he seems pretty salty, but you don't understand his words, unfortunately. And yeah, he's covered in stuff. There's a big dead bear. There's a fire he's got going on there, and there's a boulder that's come through the other side of this cabin. And clearly not his cabin because he's much bigger than it. He's like just elbows on his knees, squatting inside, kind of keeping out the snow.
Yeah.
And he's saltily complaining to himself. He doesn't seem to be aware of Honey peeping through the roof.
Yeah. There's so many things Honey wants to do, but probably get himself killed.
I'm gonna
Fireworks.
probably
Coming up with bomb.
Bear in
Yes.
mind, like everyone else is kind of spreading out. Like
Yeah.
Serena, for one, is keeping a distance because she
Mhm.
ain't very stealthy. But she's ready to like run in if there's any kind of sign of.
Yeah, I
Honey
think
attack.
Valentine would have like cautiously like halved the distance from the semicircle to the door. So he's like one of the like in the way of anything coming out of the door. So obviously he's no idea that it's going to step over the house.
yeah. So like
I mean,
Bryn,
it won't step over the house, but if it stands up, it's probably going to be able to like look over the house, if you will.
How,
Okay.
and how close is Honey to this bugbear on steroids?
Bugbear on steroids, about, I don't know, 10 foot.
Oh, good.
Very close.
Okay. In
So-
that case,
Oh no!
I don't know if I should do this. It's not me doing it though. It's Honey.
Do it,
Yeah.
live it.
What would Honey do? What would Honey do?
Yeah.
Do what Honey would
Well,
do.
because Honey knows what bugbears are, and
Mhm.
probably looks like one that's like kind of like a bit pissed and a bit off. Honey will probably use his ability, which I am trying to call up now, which is fair presence. Is it fair presence? Fair presence. To try and charm the bugbear and then start chatting to it. So fair presence is once per short rest as an action. You can
Mhm.
cause each creature in a 10-foot cube from you to make a wisdom saving throw of difficulty 14, or they become charmed or frightened until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
And I don't know if he even knows he's doing it, to be fair. But he's going to be like, fair presence. Hi.
Okay. So you do this, and you choose to charm him, and he might stop in his conversation for a moment.
Seems like I'm looking
To
at him.
himself. But the test, I'm afraid, will be going and seeing if he's charmed by you.
Mhm.
it only
So
lasts one turn, doesn't it?
he's fluttering in to say hello.
And
You
this
get that very clean.
this thing looks at you and goes, "What is my food?
Where'd you what? Food?
Is my food?"
Oh, but you're minging. It's all over you. What's wrong? I'll flutter over to him.
Get closer.
Uh-huh.
How
Yeah.
long does this charm last?
1 turn. End of your
One-
next turn.
Okay.
Oh no!
That's 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
Come on, Honey.
5, 4, 3, chomp.
And he looks at you like, and he does that wrinkle of the nose kind of thing. He goes, "You can't have my food." And you can see him like he's putting this like haunch of bear down behind him,
Oh,
and
no.
he reaches out to push the carcass away. And you go, describe what Honey looks like for me.
Honey is a little, well, I've got a picture of him, but he's like a little yellow dragon with scales and butterfly wings. And he has 2 hands and 2 legs, like tiny little thing with little horns. He's very fair looking.
Okay. What's his reach?
Should we drop off more?
I was wondering how long a giant's arms would be and thinking 10 foot?
Yeah. All right. Big.
Oh, I don't want Honey to die, but he would do that. He'd be like, oh, this little thing.
All right. So he reaches out to grab you. He's like, "It's pretty," and he reaches pretty thing, that kind of stuff. Swings out to try and grab you. So I guess this is a grapple attack.
Come on, look. And he's only small as well, isn't he?
Yeah. So I guess you get advantage on if you choose dexterity, you can have advantage. But this is an opposed roll.
Oh God.
He's trying to grab you, so he's making a strength athletics check to try and grab Honey. You can oppose this with your own strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics, which
I'll
as
do
your sm-
acrobatics if that's okay.
I'm imagining your acrobatics.
Probably
It's
better
not-
than your
I
strength.
think you should like Hulk it out. Show it who's boss. I mean, I know you might fail, but if you do it, it's entirely epic, isn't it?
It would be.
he is
This is
large.
where, yeah.
You are.
5% nat 20 chance. that's
Are
what
you,
you
are
need.
you tiny or small?
Small. I'm not allowed to be tiny, I don't think. So I've gone for small.
Oh,
Fairies
okay.
are small, so
Okay.
I imagine he's tiny, but takes up the room as small because he flutters like a butterfly because he has butterfly wings.
Yeah.
So he flutters, he doesn't fly, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Make your dexterity acrobatics check with advantage as he
Okay.
tries to grab the pretty thing.
Good luck.
This
Good
is
luck.
Advantage. So that's 12, but I can roll it again because I have advantage, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, that's 9, so 12.
12.
I'm going to get crushed, aren't I?
Oh no.
Pretty.
He
We'll rescue
grabs.
you.
He
We'll
grabs
rescue
you.
I didn't mean to.
He grabs you like just at the last moment. He just like grabs Honey in and his hands are covered in bear bits.
Oh my
And
God, your bunny's going to be
slobber.
mortified.
Yeah,
Cast prestidigitation and start cleaning him.
yeah. And he grabs you, right?
Mhm.
And he, like, you folks can probably have heard him like shouting, like, "Oh, it's a pretty thing," kind of. Stuff.
And probably me going, "Hey, get off!"
Yeah,
Bryn,
and
Bryn was,
Honey's-
Bryn was like, Bryn
Honey's shouting
like,
stuff. So what he's going to try and do, or what Honey quickly works out he's doing, is he's going to try and put you in a sack, Honey.
Mhm.
I guess we're going to roll some sort of initiative. He wants to put you in his treasure sack.
It's
Ooh.
nice
You're a-
that even a
you're a
giant
pretty
sees your
thing.
value, though.
You're a pretty thing, so he's
I know,
going to put you
pretty.
with his other treasures.
So I will
Bless him.
roll my
you
dex.
are covered in
Oh, he's mortified.
bear goop.
It's going to take
Yeah,
ages to clean himself.
like as the shout comes out, it's like Bryn's like got like the copper wire wrapped around one finger for message, like that she keeps like a ring kind of thing. It's like
Yeah.
a wind of copper wire, and it's like it's about to be like, "Honey, what's oh,
It's a pretty
Oh.
thing.
I think we know what's happening. You
Yeah.
don't need to reply to this message."
It was nice knowing
I
you.
think
I'm sure we'll
Serena's
catch up
already
at some point in
moving.
future.
Serena's
Yeah.
already moving closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mill, our food is ready now, by the way.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you need a break?
So yeah,
Oh, go
let's take a break, which means I can set the encounter up properly in D&D Beyond.
Mhm.
And we're
goodness.
going to eat our tea, and then I'll drop a link back, and we will conclude and see whether Honey is shoved in a bag. Yeah. Cool. There is no enthusiastic consent to putting Honey in a bag.
I'm making him all dirty.
Yeah.
Go on,
So
honey.
it looks like Valentine and Asher have rolled initiative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I rolled initiative in. It's still
I
here,
haven't.
staring.
But I
at me.
get the vigilant blessing, don't I?
If you do.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Probably good. Because that's a 12. Oh no, I get a +1. Woo. That's a 13.
Excellent.
Do you want to know, Brits?
Sure.
2.
Oof.
Oh,
Nat 1. Nat 1 initiative.
Nice.
Ouch.
Oh boy.
And how did Honey do?
honey is initiative 15.
Oh,
Hey.
nice.
That's not too bad.
So Honey, it starts with
Yeah.
you. You are
Clenched.
clenched. You are grappled essentially by these big dirty hands of the steroid using
Dirty
bugbear.
hands.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he was sat there eating a bear like raw. He's not cooked this bear. He's like just torn off chunks of bear. It's not nice.
Poor honey.
And now you're in one of these hands.
Is he delicate? Is he holding me delicately, like he knows, or? is
No,
he
he's just
like,
grabbed you. You're just pretty and shiny and nice.
God, what if he rips my wings off?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'm going to use Granny's armor. It's that armor of Agathis. I got
Nice.
that. Yeah.
Nice. So you
I'm
can
going to
cast
cast. Cast that on self.
So you
How
go
do I cast
all.
that? Do I just press it?
Yeah, you use.
Oh,
There you
I
go.
don't need to do that, do I? I just packed. Oh, there we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right. So you increase you cover
points.
yourself in like sparkly cake, icing sugar.
Yeah. Can it
Yes.
smell as well? Is it allowed to smell? I know it's not supposed to, can it?
Smells of baking, does it? What does it smell of?
Of Granny's baking.
Yeah, just sugar and apples and
Flaming
sweetness.
spells.
Yeah.
My hit
Come on,
points have
look at
gone up
the flavor.
5, haven't they?
So there we go.
10 hit
Um,
points, 5.
You your movement is unfortunately reduced because he's squidged you. Well, he hasn't
Yeah.
squidged you, but he's got hold of you.
Mhm.
But you still have a bonus action if there's anything you want to try with that.
Can I do anything with a bonus action? I don't think I've got anything I can do.
Okay.
No, there's nothing I can do, I don't think.
Okay.
I'll just let him hold me. It's a
Serena.
bonus action. He can't wiggle, can he? He can't wiggle out of it or anything, can he?
No, you'd have to make an opposed check
No.
with your action to escape the grapple.
I'll just reinforce myself.
You just go like, ah!
Yeah.
Reactive moment. Serena, about what must it be? Because you've been moving around, so it must be about 15 foot. You can see this big dude, bigger than Brinna. He's covered in mess, and he's clenching honey in his hand. With his other hand, he's looking for a bag.
She'll kind of unconsciously do it because I don't think she necessarily knows that she can do it, but she will cast command and just be like, drop it. Drop him.
Drop him. All right.
Like, snap your fingers.
Yeah, just drop him.
Drop.
Okay. What does he need to make to
A wisdom saving throw. My DC is 13.
okay.
Oh, it has no effect if he doesn't understand my language.
What language do you shout drop him in?
Well, she does know giant, so she
Okay.
might shout it in giant.
Okay, you
Could
shout
giant.
drop it in giant. Drop him in giant. Okay.
Yeah.
Oof. How do I set that to not there we go. He gets a 5.
Ooh.
Nice.
So command, is it something he has to do like immediately, or is it on his
Let me have a
turn?
look. 2 seconds.
Yay, Serena.
One more command. Drop. The target drops whatever it's holding and then ends its turn. So yeah, it will be an immediate.
Okay. Yeah.
But then that
Been
would
down.
be. Wait, it would be on its turn.
All right. So on
I
his
think
turn.
it's so it can't use a reaction. So you can't say, well, the giant's been activated and I've used my action, my bonus action, but I still get a reaction.
The target must succeed or follow the command on its next turn. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it'd be in its next turn.
Okay.
So
So
it needs to drop whatever he's holding and then end the turn.
excellent. Do you stay where you are? Like I
she's
assume
gonna
you
move
must
right
have
up.
like come out of the wood that
Yeah.
thing, like been like
She's gonna
drop
like
him.
move right up.
Okay.
And so sort of shout at him, obviously as her action. I'm presuming it's an action.
I think command is an action, yeah.
I think it will be,
Yeah.
yeah. It's an action, yeah. 60 feet, so I could stay back, but I'm
You
not
could
gonna.
stay back. Just shout it from the tree line.
Real
Okay.
loud.
I'm
Yeah.
not, well, realistically, she's not going to stay back. She's going to kind of like move right up and just kind of stand like draw her great sword and just great axe and just kind of stand like defensively, like ready to hit him if he comes any closer.
All right. Asher.
Yeah, we've not attacked this guy at all, have we? We've not like entered any kind of conflict.
No.
So I'll just follow Serena in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just take the dodge action, but not really do anything else.
Okay, so you're ready to get out the way should he
Actually, instead of I'll hold an action. I'll hold a Toll the Dead if he gets hostile.
Okay.
If
You begin chanting a prayer of some kind that will crescendo should you make a bad move. All right. Valentine.
I'm going to steam in there and whack it.
There we go.
There we go. There's the answer.
My
Okay.
precious, bang.
You just run over and just be like, "Wah."
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, big things that look like that and eat bears. I mean, this is a pretty wild place. Almost everything that's outside of Swamp Pass or the logging camp has attacked us. So I'm going to try and hit it. I should roll to hit then, shouldn't I? What have you got? Actions.
Well, don't hit me.
I mean, you're inside the hand, so you'd be all good, even if I do horribly.
That's all right then.
Okay. Fuck's sake. So
Aw.
anyway, I just poke
Yeah.
ineffectually at it.
On guard.
yeah.
A 7 is
Call
not
it
enough to
out.
hit.
No,
Hit him.
no. I was
Um,
terrible with combat dice for Calon as well. These D&D Beyond dice do not like me.
all right.
You
So
feel that so
Valentine's-
much better.
Valentine runs up, starts there. This dude, this monster, looks confused as heck. Just opens his hand and lets go of Honey, and looks at Valentine like, what? Confused. Brynner.
Oh
So
boy.
that ends his turn. Like, he complies and ends his turn.
Oh yeah, ends his turn. Yeah, she's gonna sort of like probably move up, be within about 20 feet visual.
Yep.
Sort of look to everyone else like, are we killing it, or are we clearing it? What are we doing?
Stabs have been had.
It attacked us. I mean, if he wants to stop, I don't mind.
Attack us.
Are we
Yeah.
allowed to talk? Am I allowed to
Yeah,
talk?
you can stay so.
It just thinks I'm pretty. It hasn't hurt me or anything. I'm just minging.
It's just bits of.
Can anyone
like,
toss me a
minging.
seed or anything like that? I think I've got an idea.
Sure, what? Sorry.
A seed pod or something like that, or a flower bud or anything someone might have.
Okay, then.
I've got a crossbow.
Crossbow fire. No, then what Bryn will do is, yeah, I'll hold a spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold Witch Bolt,
Okay.
and see what it does next.
Your hands begin crackling with semi-unlimited power.
Just mildly limited.
Oh, that's class.
Honey.
All right, so there's definitely nothing around that is like what Honey wants to do is try and find something that can try and use his druidcraft to make look prettier than him before this bugbear slams his hand shut again. So I'm trying to find anything that I might be able to like burst a flower blossom or a seed pod or open up a leaf.
Okay.
Is
So
there
you wanna?
anything?
There's bits
I'm really
of
quickly-
wildlife. It doesn't look like this close to the fire and the sort of eating arrangements.
Nothing.
There's anything still unharmed.
Right, I'm going to start carrying seed pods around with me for now on.
Oh, you're gonna have a little satchel.
Oh, no, I think so. I'll
Okay.
All right, that's not going to work. I'll try and put him to sleep.
Oh, okay. You're gonna cast sleep.
Yes, sleep.
Okay. Assume you're gonna try and push this like sleep. Let's have a look at that spell.
I've never cast sleep. I'm just looking. I don't want to put anyone to sleep. Roll 5d6. I want to push it far away so it doesn't affect anybody else.
Just catch him in it. Let's have a look at what is the
I'm not
radius.
sure.
It's 20-foot cube, I think.
Which is a lot of us.
Yeah, you probably
I know,
position it.
Yeah, you could position it because he's on the edge of this house. You've had to come around when he came through the roof, so you could push it back on him. If like Calon is like in front of him, Serena is over on the that kind of way. Brenna didn't get up close, did he? Did she?
No.
Sorry, did she? So yeah, I mean it's doable. So yeah, roll your 5d8.
5d8. Let's cast this then. So sleep.
Jeez.
Sleep. I just need to roll 5d8, do I? Yeah.
Mhm.
I hope his total hit points
Lower
are
than 5d8.
lower than 5d8.
Oh, 30.
All right. So Honey is like, ah, good sleep. Like, cast the spell. And the beast sort of goes, falls over backwards.
Oh, really?
Oh my goodness! I can't believe that worked.
Yeah, I thought it had more than 30
I can't
hit
believe that
points.
worked either.
Yeah.
Right, quick, grab his loot. No, I'm joking.
I mean, the loot appears to be a half-eaten bear, so
I mean, no, there is a bag.
Bag of precious.
There's a bag on the side. That he's by now he's doing like big deep snores.
How long does he sleep for?
It's a while.
1 minute.
Oh, okay. Not that much of a while.
Not a while.
I thought it was like an hour. I was like,
No, it falls unconscious till the sleep spell. So if he's asleep, it doesn't say he immediately wakes up.
Or if someone uses an action to shake or wake him. All right, yeah.
So he might sleep. It's up to you. He might. It's not up to you. It's up to me. Let me just correct myself there, Mil. He might stay asleep longer. It's entirely up to you. Like Honey will know when the end of the minute is done. And what's unconscious is drops whatever it's holding, falls prone, fails strength and dex saves. Attacks have advantage. Attacks the critical hits. And he's incapacitated, can't move, speak, and is unaware of his surroundings. So for a minute, he's completely deep sleep. He might have had enough bear to stay asleep. He might start to wake up a bit afterwards. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that. But yeah, he falls asleep, just flat out snoring, belly snores.
You okay there, Honey?
I'm minging. I'll start licking myself, which is the prestidigitation spell to clean myself. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got like like a long tongue. Like I'm trying to think.
The butterfly
kind of long curly tongue.
Yeah, exactly that. I don't know why I couldn't get that out of my head. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But it's quite long.
Nice.
Well, I mean, that was unexpected.
It was totally unexpected. I think he's a bugbear, but he doesn't look very well. I do know that, don't I? Sorry, I do know that.
Bigger.
He's definitely much bigger than.
He's bigger.
Yeah.
I've seen them in the Feywild.
So he doesn't look like a hill giant or something, does he?
I mean, I guess where Bryn is from, you get up close. It's definitely like some sort of half breed, like he could be a half ogre or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did seem to understand me when I told him to drop you, so
more of a mugbear than a bugbear. Definitely out to love stuff.
Didn't know you spoke giant, Serena. Well, all full of surprises.
Oh, was that you? I heard, Serena. Oh, that was weird language. Oh,
just.
Well, he's going to wake up shortly. I think we've got like a minute. What should we do?
I mean, we can see if he wants to talk.
Should we tie him up before he wakes up?
With what? Like
with what? Yeah, it's. I'd say probably just maybe move the axe away. Just.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can give it some distance and take the weapon a little bit away. Yeah.
I mean, if Serena and I can actually speak in a language it understands, then it might feel a little less threatened, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to flutter behind Serena and the gang.
All right. Do we leave his bag that he's going to put Honey in alone, or do we?
Yeah. I mean, well, Valentine doesn't want to rob him while he's asleep. That's just.
We're not robbers.
And in the day, he wasn't hostile. It was just like Pretty Thing, and then didn't realize that Pretty Thing had 4 big friends.
Yeah,
like the D&D moral code. Killing and looting is fine. Stealing is not.
Yeah.
No sleep. All right. Well, he's going to wake up shortly.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So we move stuff. We sort of clear out the way a bit, and we watch him.
Is there any seeds or anything around that I can quickly grab as well? Because I'm intended to do this.
Yeah, you spend a moment or two finding bits and pieces. There's probably pips and stones from the things you've been drying and from your foraging as well. Yeah.
Yes, I'll grab some of them, small handful, and just ready myself just in case I need to.
Okay.
Cast this druid craft spell.
Pocket seeds.
Pocket bacon. Oh yeah.
Oh.
All right, and we watch this half ogre sleep for a minute or so, and then after a little while, you can see him like roll over, and then sort of eventually, and it takes like from total asleep to non, unless somebody's like, "Oi, wake up!" You just leave him be. Eventually, like he sits up, like confused. And
bless him.
He looks around a bit, and he looks under this bag, and he's like, "Where's the pretty thing gone?"
Oh.
Wait, he probably says it in giant. Actually, like, "Where's the pretty thing? Where's the pretty thing?"
Well,
and
I mean,
and then he's like, "Did you say something to him?"
yeah, it's like probably in giant, like return in giant.
Uh-huh.
The pretty thing it's a thing. It's with us.
Hello.
And he suddenly like sits up, like looks up. He's like, "Who's us?"
Us 5, including.
And he's like, "Oh," and he's a bit confused, but also a bit sleepy. And he looks over and he's like, "It's Bossy," and he's pointing at Serena, like he doesn't. Yeah, it's Bossy. Shouts at people. And he's like, like you can see he's immediately getting like cross. It's a pretty thing, and then has got an axe, and it's just like, again, like this is what Honey had. Like he just like whatever comes into his peanut brain immediately then comes out of his mouth.
There's no filter.
Can I quickly flutter in the air? And with all these things.
So
before he kicks off.
He's about to kick off, and he's looking for his axe because the bossy one is there, and his pretty thing is gone. And so what does Honey do? Honey like flies in and
I want to start casting that prestidigitation, and what it does is makes a flower blossom, a seed pod open, or bud, or a leaf bud bloom, and I want to keep casting that, so it's almost like popcorn, but I'm hoping it's pretty flowers, and I want them to burst out my hands and
just burst and like a rainbow.
Make it rain.
Yeah,
make it rain flowers.
Color spray.
They're pretty things, not me.
And it stops for a moment, and it's a bit like, "Oh, it's more pretty." And you see immediately like goes for his bag, and all the flowers that like these, because the spark, he's just like putting them into his bag. It's like, "What's my pretty things?" And he can't have them back. But he's saying this all in giant, so that kind of stuff.
Can I make them smell even nicer as well? We're using the
prestidigitation.
I'm going to make it all floral and nice and lovely.
And then so he's like, and he looks at Brinna, and he looks at Serena, he looks back at the Honey, and he's like, "It's to go in the bag because you're my pretty thing."
No, sorry. He's ours. He's our pretty thing.
And then he begins to like he's standing up. He's like, "All right, I'll kill you, and then it's my pretty thing." And he's like now looking for his axe. Like, stay there.
My God! Oh no, I don't know what he's saying. Does he?
Like, basically points at Honey, points over at Brinna, and Serena. And then he's like pushing things around with his foot, like he pushes over the bear in case he's left his axe under there. We know you've taken his axe, but he's doing it's like, gone.
Should have put it like outside somewhere.
Yeah, like just wait. And so he's bumbling around the thing, but like he genuinely like getting more annoyed, getting frustrated. And as he's doing it, like he is getting more sort of like pushy and aggressive and that kind of stuff. Like you can see him like leaning on the like pushing through the rotten woods and knocking bits over, and he's like, "Fine, I have to tear off your heads and your legs," and he points at you, honey, and is like, "Get in the bag."
No, he's not getting in the bag. No.
In the bag and a fight.
Look,
And he just
we can all get along together, and there's a ring to those words
oh,
as I cast Charm Person.
sure. What does he need to do?
It's a Wisdom 12 saving throw, but he does have to be a humanoid. That is a question.
He is not.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because Valentine's like banging his sword on his shield as you can see the bugbear getting belligerent.
Honey
this-
should just flap off whenever there's chance. Just fly
Right.
off, get out of the way.
All right, so
Flap
honey
off
backs
sounds
up.
like the insult Honey should say to people.
Flap off.
Valentine, stay vigilant. Yeah, I'll give you my blessing.
That's
Um,
lovely. I rolled a 4 last time, so I definitely need it.
Right. So he's technically a large giant.
Mhm.
Is his type. But he is a person as well. Like he is.
Yeah.
So we'll make it. We'll give him a go with it, but we'll give him advantage. I know he doesn't have magical advantage, but he's
Well, yeah.
technically not the type of creature that should be,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. So we'll just,
So it's
We'll
only a
have-
DC 12 Wisdom save.
we'll have a try. Wisdom. So
My
he
DCs
does
are
a,
no good.
he does a 10
Mm.
or an 8. All right.
Hey!
Get in, Bryn.
So he looks at you, Bryn, and he's a bit like, what
You're
was this?
pretty.
What was the sentence she said? Like,
Let's all just calm down together, okay?
all right. So he looks at you and he's like, why? Well, so obviously we don't change his like situation, but
Yeah.
he's more receptive.
I
To
think
what
we've
we're-
all got off a little on the wrong foot.
He looks at his feet.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I tell you what, and I'm gonna offer out probably some of like the dried deer that we've got on.
Exactly what I was going to do.
Bit of a gift. We're just passing through. We're actually trying to find something to do with a witch in the mountains up here.
He takes the rations essentially off you. And he's like, it's not as pretty, but I haven't had this one. And he's like, I've had that one.
Oh, he's so lovely.
No, he wants to
He's
put it in a
not.
bag
Lovely.
and keep you.
Have you seen when they press butterflies in a book? That but a bag. That's the end goal.
In the book.
And he's like, there's no small folks. I'd eat them. You're all the small folks here.
Oh, I'm not that small. Come on.
And he does that thing, where he's like, I'm bigger than you. Yeah.
Technically, he is.
Yeah.
Quite a
I
bit.
mean, I think a half ogre sits at the bottom end of large, and Bryn
Yeah.
sits at the top
Top end of medium.
So it is like
Right, sort of stand
There's
up.
about a foot difference, I think.
yeah, a foot difference, and maybe he's just that little bit because obviously he's a half ogre, so
Wider,
he's like
yeah.
wider kind of thing. And he's like, there's no little folks that have ate them. House is empty.
Well, you found this place empty. There's nothing
Yeah.
nothing about.
I mean, to you folks, it looks fairly obvious. Somehow a
Yeah.
rock has hit this thing. There's no like avalanche or anything that's come around. A rock has fallen out the sky and landed on this house.
Rock's full, house dies.
Yeah, house lost.
Yeah. Oh well,
There is a boulder like there nearby.
okay. Well, in that case, have you bumped into anyone around here? How long have you been up here?
He looks at his fingers
Probably not the best question.
and goes, a bear. and I ate some wolves. Then I ate a bear. I had 2 bears and some wolves, and I came from a different place.
Cross the mountains?
And he's like, but I had to go in the tunnel and the fuzzy bit.
Oh, the fuzzy. I mean, I'm gonna look to like Serena and be like, probably in common.
Oh, he speaks
Yeah.
common as well. You've heard him shout at Honey in
Yeah,
common.
that's true.
Yeah, no, it's more for the of everyone else. You ever heard of fuzzy tunnels? Is that something from the way you Dragonborn come? I don't remember
Fuzzy?
nothing from the south.
Fuzzy tunnel.
Not as far as I'm aware.
Can I do a? Would Honey know if he did an Arcana check?
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana.
We can try an Arcana check.
22.
22. All right, so really, there's such little detail of what this half
I
orc
rolled
is
a
saying.
20.
I just rolled a 20.
But he's just talking about like he went through a tunnel and there was a funny fuzzy bit. So he could possibly be talking about a magical effect. Whether the magical effect put him to sleep and somebody dragged him here, or whether the magical effect was he went through a tunnel, a portal or something, or
Tree.
a magic tree, being fey. There's an element of
Fair one.
Feywild, like to traverse a plane could be fuzzy. Like there's a lot that he could be referring to, but he's
Can I
probably
smell it on it?
he's
I need a
sniffing.
fair one on it.
No, you can smell dead bear,
Oh.
and maybe now he's mentioned it, a bit of dead wolf. Odor stinky.
Oh,
I
the
rolled a
dead
20,
beast.
by the way.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first, well, my second 20, isn't it? I'll tell everyone that.
Okay.
Could be any of that.
Could
What Millie
be
said.
could be anything of magical type. Well, I mean, yeah. If do you think that could be the witch then? Who brought him here? Maybe like
Keep people away. Yeah.
or it's the way the witch
That's
goes
a-
and things come back.
Very good point. You could ask if there's more.
Also, they said something about food. Were we bringing food?
Aye. And then addressing the half ogre again. It's so. Do you think you could show us where you came from, this fuzzy tunnel?
It's like, yeah. And he like hits his chest and like, of course, I'm the best at finding everything.
Hey, you find bears and wolves apparently.
Yes. 2 bears and some wolves. Yes. And he's like, find my axe in a minute. And he
Don't see
picks,
it going well for us when that happens.
he picks up his loot bag, which we didn't inspect, which is sad because I know what's in it. And it's funny. So he scoops up his loot bag and he's like, all right. And he points off in a direction. It's like, come on, little people.
Lead the way,
Especially
big
looking
man.
at Brinna, like, come on, little people.
It's mortal
on, big man.
insult, surely, among giant kind.
Ooh.
So in the evening light, as it's getting like quite dark and that kind of stuff, he's like the worst sort of stealth ever. He doesn't make an attempt, just crashing through the way. Let's have a look.
Crashing through the snow.
Crashing through the undergrowth.
Well, he's quite cute though.
I know. Well, we can't kill him. We have to look after
A
him.
homicidal cannibal, yeah.
People really try to kill him, but not
He
purposely.
wasn't if it wasn't getting magically sedated.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't believe that worked.
Magically sedated and then brainwashed.
I feel slightly confident that if the axe was within reach, we would also be a tempted food.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Has
Maybe.
he recovered
Whereas
his
it's not come
axe?
to try and-
No, because you folks took it, didn't you?
We put it
didn't
like
take it very
we put it
far,
like
you know.
behind like out of sight of the building or something.
Yeah, we had
Okay.
like 30 seconds, didn't we?
A
Yeah.
minute or so, yes. So he doesn't have that great of intelligence. It
That's a
is
surprise.
it is
To
not
not
the
even like
best.
grab the other axe that's obviously on Serena as well.
Gonna need spare axe number 3.
No, so he doesn't like, and then also it's come to a point where he's now made a boast of being like best of finding things. Doesn't want to admit that he's lost the thing.
Oh.
So he just sort of like, push comes to shove, he'll just have to tear you all to bits with his bare hands. He's fine, says the half ogre. And he's not very good at lead. Go on.
I feel like we kind of would grab the axe on the way. We kind of like try and
Somebody
sneak it
would
into,
like
yeah,
behind,
sneak
yeah.
it onto the
Behind.
mule. Yeah.
Or like Serena, like just go grab it.
Can we just stick lots of flowers to it so you can't see it?
I mean, I imagine it's
That
like,
popped
what,
open.
10 or 15 foot long? It must be huge.
Would be
Yeah.
quite big.
I feel like Serena Boy just like slips it behind her own axe. Just both of them on her back.
I mean, like he's not the most observant, and you gather as he's making his way through and along, the way he hunts stuff is he crashes through the woods until he finds, something, and then he beats it to death, and then he drags it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he doesn't turn around and look, and he's leading the way. Like he's not
Follow the tend
not
to play follow the wild man, I guess.
Yeah. But also it takes a while, right? And he's not giving up because he can't back down. Especially because there's a Jotun, there's another type of giant there, and it's this ordering and the order of giants and all that kind of stuff. He's got to prove he's better than the Jotun. He's not backing down now. There's a bright like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he's gonna keep going, either until you little people are exhausted, or he finds what he's looking for. But he doesn't do it very well. So we are crashing through the woods in the dark. Does he have dark vision? Might be why he messes up. Oh, he does have dark vision. Phew. And we sort of keep walking through the woods for a large point of the evening. It must, moon is high, and eventually he gets to a like a side of a, must be like a rise or a sort of cliff, kind of rocky wall, like a sheet of rock kind of thing. And you can see it, and it's very much like, the sort of dwarven kind of speak, friend, and enter. It's like a doorway engraved on the side of the rock.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Funky.
Yeah, and it's got, like anybody who's had arcane training, so can immediately see there are sigils and glyphs and, arcane scroll and that kind of stuff. And he slaps it like, this is the best magical door ever. And he's like, fuzzy tunnels.
You can fit so many tunnels in this baby.
Yeah. So
you can fit
fuzzy
so many half ogres through this thing.
Fuzzy tunnels. And then he like
Hey,
sits down, like he's not about to admit it, but he's knackered, yeah. And he sits down, rests his back against the wall next to the door, and just like,
goes to rest.
Yeah, starts like he's taking a short rest or whatever you want to describe it
It's
as.
probably at this point like charm person begins to wear off because it only lasts an hour.
Yeah, definitely.
And he knows he's been charmed afterwards.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Thought I mentioned that one.
All right. So he sits down to start taking a rest. Rinna knows that soon he's gonna start being annoyed.
Yeah.
If this is like he is a half ogre, they take slights like that very personally. So
magicked.
Yeah, they've been magicked.
Okay, then right. Oh, I don't have I don't have the material to identify it. I need to sort that out at some point.
Can we just guess? Can we read the sigils?
Yeah. Can we have a go at that?
Have
I
a go.
can probably help a little bit with that.
Comprehend languages.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's
Tell me what's on-
magical. You can't. Oh well, I wouldn't know.
I can read that's written. Anything
Mhm.
that's written in any language.
But not magical stuff, is it?
No, any written language that I can see.
Nice.
That's mint.
So it
It
might
is.
not be a language, is the difference, but yeah, you can read.
Yeah, exactly.
everything.
If it's a language or like a sigil language. Yeah, it does say the spell doesn't decode secret messages in a text or a glyph, such an arcane signal that isn't part of the written language, but it's worth a try.
Why not?
Yeah.
So yeah, like Bryn's gonna sit down, like draw like like it's like a sigil in like what seems to be like a black and white powder,
Mhm.
basically ash and salt.
Okay.
And begins to draw out a sigil in the shape of a book, a written word. That's going to take 10 minutes. So if other
I
people
was going to say, how long is that going to
No.
take though?
ritual cast
Right.
10 minutes.
So the ogre, the half ogre, is like treasure, pretty things. My house, fuzzy door. I showed you.
You did. You did.
And then he begins opening the bag and pointing at Honey. Get in the bag.
Oh, I'm tempted to get in the bag just to shut you up.
Like,
No, he
can
wants to
get in the
keep you. If he
bag?
puts you in the bag, he's going to keep you.
Like, what's the
treasure bag.
giant's name? What's your name, mate?
It is oh, that's not a nice one. Garrock.
Garrock.
Garok.
Maybe Garrock. If you get in the bag, you'll be treasure.
He
Ooh.
just laughs, like he really laughs. He's like, "It's big bag is not that big.
Just put it on your head.
No, because things will fall out.
Well, put your foot in it instead then.
And then
Maybe
I'll
it'll turn
squash
into
the
gold.
things.
What is in your
No.
bag?
What have you got in
What
there?
more things have you got?
Why don't you show us your treasures?
He's like, no. I'll have to kill you for stealing my treasures.
I don't want it. I want you to show it off.
And he eyes you suspiciously. But also he has treasures, so he does want to show people. All right. He shows you, he opens it up, and as he turns away from you, he pulls out a pouch.
Dragonlance.
Dragonlance, giant Dragonlance, skew as usual. No, he reaches in, he pulls out, and he's got a pouch of marbles.
Oh, that's cool.
And
That's
he's
a
like,
game. You know that, right?
Yeah, of course. I know the game. He puts that back in the bag.
You wanna play?
He's like, oh, you can't steal my treasures. And he pulls out of the bag. He has somebody's purse, and in it you can hear like jingling of coins.
Can I quickly just kind of put two fingers to my temple and cast detect magic as he's pulling all these various things out, just to see if
Okay.
anything's magical about any of this?
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, like not the marbles, nor the coins, nor literally a rabbit's foot, like not a dried rabbit's foot,
Just an actual rabbit's foot.
actual rabbit's foot, right? And he goes, it's lucky. It's magic, it's lucky. And he
It's twitching.
yeah, it's still got like a, it's grim. He throws that back in, and then he pulls out, and it's dirty as heck, but you can see it's embroidered. It's somebody's handkerchief, like a really pretty handkerchief, and it's got like flowers embroidered on the corner and stuff. And he's like,
I class. They're very pretty.
it's much.
It's good, isn't it? Yeah.
And then he points at Honey, and he's like, get in the bag.
Too big.
No, and like he like holds it up like like in front.
I'll flutter higher.
Honey could so fit in this bag. That's why he's like pretty.
But honey's alive. You have to put holes in the bag so they can breathe.
And he's like, no, you just hit the bag against the wall.
No.
It won't be pretty then, though. Be messy like the bear.
And you can see him like trying to work it out. But in the bag, or from my house to here, you give me a treasure.
Okay.
I'll
Let me
look
see what
at
I've
him.
got.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll look through my stuff and be like, Gold. You like gold?
I like gold. Gold's pretty.
I'll give him 2 gold.
And he looks
Oh,
at it.
Can I
Right.
have 2 gold, Serena?
He looks at the
Gold.
2 gold, right? He looks at the 2 gold, and he has to compare it to the coins he's got in his bag just to check. And you see him pull out like a copper piece. And he kind of holds it next to the gold piece, and he's
Yeah, it's
looking at
prettier, isn't it?
in the moonlight, and he's like, "All right," and he puts it in his
Prettier.
bag, and he's like, and he's like, he must think of the word like carefully, and he's like, civilized, and he nods, proud of himself because he's remembered a big
Good.
word.
Did he say that in common?
No, he says it in giant.
Oh, well, I'm staying up in the air then.
Yeah, he says it and he nods like I'm a clever boy. And he's like, fuzzy door's yours, house is mine. Like
Ew.
he thinks he's just sold you the door or something. I don't know. And he leaves. He's like sold you the moon. And he's like
Oh, what is bag though? Oh.
like and Garrock
Waddles off with his bag.
with his bag and his shinier coins, remembering he sold the door to the 5 weirdos, well, the 4 weirdos and the pretty thing. You might all die and he can come back and put honey in his bag later.
Oh,
I do
yeah.
wonder if the giant word for civilized sounds like the common for snack.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Garrock. He's lovely.
He's only lovely because I charmed him.
He's
He
lovely when he was
repeatedly said he
Well,
was
you're
going
back
to
in a
eat us and
minute.
kill us.
But we didn't kill him. How lovely is that we worked together not to kill him?
I mean,
Yet.
he might be waiting for us
Valentine
at the
had a
house on the
go.
way
I
back.
know, yeah. Wishful
Valentine,
thinking.
Valentine had a go, and only by the grace of the dice didn't
Thanks to
didn't stick him.
Mhm. All right, so
I'm so proud of us. We talked our way out of a
Oh,
thing.
yeah. I love this group.
I didn't expect him to take 2 gold or demand something off everyone.
Yeah, I was expecting the okay, she's paid now. In that
Yeah.
rest of you.
Oh, yeah.
he had a
The
copper
shiny thing
piece.
I've got on me.
He had copper in his bag. You gave him something
Yeah.
far shinier. He's
But did
like,
you see
"All right."
Honey's eyes light up when 2 gold came out?
Right.
Serena's got money. Serena ain't spent anything.
Serena's been living in the chair.
Should have given him one of your dragon
Yeah.
scales.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Hootie bear feathers.
Oh, yeah. What-
Feathers.
Yeah.
All right, so Garrock you can hear wading through the woods, down the mountain a bit, whilst Bryn finishes their chant to comprehend the languages, and you eventually finish it, and it's like there's arcane sigils that don't
Yeah.
like have a language in parts of them, which is part of the enchantment, the sort of words written into it. And then you see like also written, and it must be some sort of like mage script or like the if like Latin version of arcane. You know, it's a mage sort of tongue.
Old something, yeah.
Yeah, old arcana or whatever.
Yeah.
Like high arcana, whatever, something like that. We'll work it out.
Boom-kana.
Boom
That's-
corner.
Does detect magic like detect it as magical? Or is
Oh
it...
yeah, sorry, the door. Yeah,
the door is lit up.
The door is
Am
like,
I blinded or?
yeah. I should let's double check, but I think it'll be
Can't believe we found this. This is mint. That was in and
only
out
'cause
character.
They nearly, yeah, only because they nearly kidnapped you and walked off with you in the loot bag.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been very pleasant. I'm so glad I got to clean myself. Serena was minging. And he
I
didn't
mean,
like my
yeah.
flowers.
Did say he's just going to bash it against the wall until you stop moving.
Yeah, not too pleasant.
Don't know what Granny would have done to him if that happened. Granny loves me. I'm her favourite familiar.
She has more than one.
Yeah.
How come you're not with Granny now?
Something happened and I don't quite know because I was asleep. But then when I woke up, I was in Swan Pass and not in the Feywild.
Right.
She's
So
not bad.
so
A
the
little bit like
door
fuzzy
is
tunnels then. Yeah.
No funny tunnels for me. I just woke up.
The door is conjuration. Like it's just radiating that color of conjuration.
It's conjuration, this.
So the door radiates conjuration magic. It has got a bunch of like arcane sigils, which I don't know the maths of melding the world to one way or the other. But in the high arcane, in the language of the mages kind of thing, it says the tunnels of Arius the Whisperer.
Okay. Any of you ever heard of? Well, I'm going to assume probably a wizard from back in the day, Arius the Whisperer.
No, I've got no idea what's going on in this land nor realm.
Even
Sorry.
from this realm, so.
Don't think any of us are really, except maybe Valentine. You know anything?
No, I'm not in the slightest, to be fair. Sounds sort of like an ominous name, to be honest with you. But I mean, can you open it? You can go in and meet Arias.
I can try something that might work.
Huh?
Okay.
I don't know
Someone get a
whether it
safe
will.
distance.
Well, if it doesn't, then nothing will happen. If it
Not
does,
explosives
then
then.
no, it's not. And since it includes, as part of the spellcasting, a whisper,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and cast message at it
Oh,
and say,
nice.
in old Arcana,
Mhm.
because I believe I can't. No, I only understand. I can't speak
Mhm.
it. It's going to just have to be common then, and just say, "Please open, please open."
Unfortunately, it does not open.
You can open it, you may enter, yeah.
Melon.
Melons. Melon?
Do you wanna because you can read it all and you can see all the glyphs and stuff. Do you wanna make an Arcana check?
Ooh, don't mind if I do. That is an 18.
18. All right. So you're looking over the sigils, the conjuration, the things that are on there. There is a time element, like it references, and it's not entirely certain what, but there is like time sensitive glyphs in this rather than messaging it.
Times. Well, I wonder if it opens at certain times of the day when, I don't know, stars or the sun shines upon it.
Yeah, it could be times like
Should have
phases
asked
of the
Garrock.
moon.
I don't. No offense about him, honey, but he's not exactly the smartest example of people from my lance.
Well,
Honestly,
he knew
we
I was
can't.
precious and pretty, so he's not that daft.
But I'll tell you one thing. Most of us can speak in full sentences. There's a few that do kind of are a bit like him, but it would explain if it's time based and it opens at certain times, then that would explain how he came through without help.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been here
Someone
long if he's only had wolves and 2 bears.
Probably what at most 4 to 5 days. Maybe a couple of weeks if he's not hungry.
He's a half
Unless
ogre.
he's
He's eating
just-
as much as he can.
Unless he's just not remembering that far back.
Yeah,
He might not be
exactly.
able to remember back a couple of days.
Yeah, he might not even care. He just wanders around hitting stuff.
Yeah, and we took his axe off him. What a pity.
That's a good point. The wood on the axe, would I know what kind of wood it is with my nature?
You make a nature check, yeah?
Hold it out to you.
I want to know where he's
We
from.
have got an extra great axe now.
Yeah.
Woo.
It's a shitty
Well,
great axe. Let's
it's a
be honest
craft,
here.
yeah.
So bad.
9.
9. It's not a Feywild tree.
All
It's a
right.
mundane, boring tree. So at some point, Honey just presumably gets bored or is like, it's not from home.
Very boring. And it's minging anyway.
It is minging.
I do feel a little bit bad taking it off him, but I also know he's probably going to attack us as soon as he gets it.
Yeah.
So
Us, any passers-by, yeah.
Exactly. It's more the other passers-by.
Or he can hurt himself with it. We did him a favour.
Yeah.
At this point, it's pretty late in the day, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, it's almost night.
Yeah. Should we I don't know, find a place to camp, ponder this discovery.
Aye, it's probably a good shout.
Do you want to
Probably good
camp
shout.
outside this thing and see if it opens overnight?
That's a good
Yes.
one.
Aye, but I'm definitely putting up the alarms because I don't trust him not to come back and try and grab you in the night, honey.
Thank you very much. I'll be curled up with Serena most of the night.
I will.
She's
I'll be
warm.
keeping a watch, yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
And we'll just tuck his great axe in our tent, and then it's hidden away a little bit.
If it's minging, because Honey doesn't like minging things, Honey will probably clean it.
It's probably absolutely
Yeah.
mean.
it's full of bear.
Unfortunately, Honey's going to have to lick it to clean it, because that's
Well,
how
we can just
spell
put it in the river. Like
Say
we'll
what?
just dunk it in the river a little bit, and it'll be fine.
We're about 20 odd miles away from the river right now.
Maybe not in the river
I'll
then.
see
Maybe
you
we'll
there
just
to
get
then,
a rag
Serena.
and actually
Shove it in some snow because it's been snowing quite a bit.
Yeah,
Throw it
there
in
you
the
go.
bush and forget about
But we
it.
should keep it as a trophy. It's like have a trophy room one day. You know, we got to keep this thing.
So yeah,
It's
when you
okay. I
go
don't mind
into-
cleaning it.
All right, so we're gonna set a camp. Are we
Mhm.
gonna set a fire?
Yeah.
I think so,
Yeah.
because some of
Yeah.
us I can't see in the dark, so
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Also, you've been traipsing through snow and stuff, so you're all
Mhm.
like moist.
Probably need to warm up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we set a camp.
Yep.
We set a fire. We make some food. We pitch some tents. Um,
Alarm the area.
alarm the area, and we're setting this near where the engraved door is. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, you
Okay.
don't have to take Valentine's idea, but if it opens overnight and we're awake,
We'll
mean,
see it.
we can
We can
dive
keep
in if
an
you
eye on
like.
it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Even
But don't
worse,
leave me.
if we're not awake and it opens and somebody comes out, that seems very bad.
Yeah.
Aye, that could end up with it being real bad.
Mm,
So if we're awake, we can shout and wake each other up.
Oh, speaking of, and yeah, you're gonna get another glowing stick,
there you go.
light stick.
Light stick.
And again, can Honey be up and down like an animal would kind of thing? A couple of hours of sleep, up, a couple of hours curling
Sure,
up.
sure, sure. Yeah, we're gonna split your watch up. All right, so Honey is gonna do like a bit of a watch all across the night. Who's like first, second, third, fourth?
I think
That-
Valentine's first.
Okay,
I'll take the
and-
middle again.
okay. You go with the dark vision.
Yeah.
I think for one where I don't need to have dark vision, i.e. probably near dawn.
Okay, sure. And then Brynna, you got the other one.
Alarm spell.
Yeah. Oh, you got the alarm
Yeah.
spell. Excellent. Okay.
Is it a short rest or a long rest?
We're good. We're
A
tempting a
one
long
for
rest.
exhaustion
Ooh.
purposes.
Yeah,
I won't
Who's
press it
tempting?
just yet.
Okay.
tempting a long rest. Yeah.
Attempting a long rest.
Mhm.
All right, Valentine. First watch.
Come on, Valentine.
Here we go. Well,
Doing your glowing
ideally, I want to
stick.
see nothing.
Oh, I want you to see everything. Come on,
Well,
give me some XP.
that's the second time I've done that.
What did
Hey.
you get?
So I got a nat 20.
Oh, excellent.
Oof.
I'm assuming the B is for beyond and is a 20.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is
That
exactly
actually
what it
says
is.
that in numbers, doesn't it? Yeah.
Do you know,
Yeah.
I'm celebrating that my kids are asleep next door and I'm screaming. Oh, it's all right, though. They won't wake up, but it's just like, yes.
No. All right, so Valentine, you set up watch. You go through your mercenary procedures and that kind of stuff. The thing, excuse me, the thing that gets to you on this watch, and you don't know, like you notice it, but you don't like you wonder. It makes you wonder whether something is in the area because there's no critters or little beasts
Silent, no
or
rustling.
yeah, this area where you've
Mm.
pitched is quiet. So you're a bit like on edge. Fortunately, nothing bites your face off.
Oof.
Okay.
And you don't bite anyone else's face off.
You don't bite each other's faces off. And Garrock doesn't come back to put Honey in a bag.
Thank God for that.
So I will. Who do I? Is it Arya next?
Yep.
Asher next. Sorry. I will point out that there's no animals, no creatures, no birds. Like whatever this is, everything avoids it.
Yeah, it's very curious.
Yeah. So keep every eye peeled.
I will do. I will do. No worries. You get some rest. I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah,
Two
I'll
eyes out.
Sleep with my sword next to my hand, I think.
Aye.
Okay. Excellent. Good plan. Okay. Asher takes up a rest watch.
Aye. Oh, well, 12.
12 is okay. You watch and Valentine is right. Like, and I don't know whether Asher stays pretty close or whether she wanders out a bit and around. There is definitely a radius where most wildlife avoid the area. You sort of take in what Valentine said, and you can see even there's not even like runs, like, you know, like where quail or, you know, those sort of skitter between things and that sort of stuff. It mostly seems to be the sort of plants that are like grow not flowers kind of stuff, but trees and
Ferns and things.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. Things that are basically in flying bird poop and that kind of stuff, not flies, bees, and, you know, pollinated, that kind of stuff. It's the area around this rock face, this ledge is avoided by a lot of creatures.
Creepy, but nice.
Yeah, creepy but quiet.
Yeah, that's a serene.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit disconcerting. Nothing going on with the door itself.
Nothing in the middle of the night, no.
Fair enough. All right. Next.
Okay.
Who is next anyway?
Honey,
You
I
get to
think.
decide.
Oh yeah, honey, yeah. Honey,
Ah.
you got to say.
I'll use a little bit of thaumaturgy to rouse Honey.
Okay.
I definitely relay the information that both Valentine said and I realized myself. Like, there's something odd about this area. Like, nature just seems to avoid it.
I'll listen.
Keep an eye out.
Listen,
Okay.
there's no bugs making any noises. Nothing to
Can I
chat
cast-
to.
No beast speech.
Nothing
I
to
cast it
talk to.
often. It's free.
Yeah, it's just a cantrip, isn't it? It's just quiet.
Very quiet. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out. Should I do perception
Yeah, if you want to.
while I'm looking around? Oh, 4.
Oh, there is nothing around here. It's boring. There's nobody to talk to. There's no flowers.
Honey is so half tempted to start waking you lot up for a laugh. But no, he won't.
He resists. Like,
Got
it's killing me.
Don't derail it, Honey, please.
It's so good. All right. And who'd you wake up finally?
Serena is doing the next one.
Okay. So you wake Serena
Hey,
up.
Serena.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to get up.
Oh,
So, Serena, there's no
Right.
bugs, there's no animals, there's been no one to talk to. I am bored, and do you know what happens when I'm bored? I get annoyed.
Okay.
So just listen out for it.
Okay.
It just seems no one likes to be around here. Good night. I'll curl up into a tight. I'll circle around a few times, you know, like a cat or a dog.
Like a cat, a little animal.
And
And
eventually,
snuggle into the warm spot Serena's just left.
yeah, absolutely.
Serena look at you jealously, like, I want to be asleep. God damn it. But yeah, she will keep an eye out because, yeah, no critters seems a bit weird. Perception?
Yeah.
Why do I even bother? +0, 4.
Excellent. Absolutely amazing. All right. So you're keeping this watch. You're looking out, and they're right. And it's not just because you rolled a 4, but you don't see any bugs or creatures or anything in the air. Like there's not even like a squirrel coming to be like, what have you got? You know, I'm going to steal your shit while you're asleep, kind of thing. Not even any of that. It's just sat there and you maybe waiting around. You know where like the horizon gets like that sort of glow before sunrise. You can sort of see that above the tree line because you're on a bit of a mountain. You can see and look around. And then there's an odd thing, Serena wears, what kind of armor does she wear? She got
Chainmail.
chain. Okay. So there must be a bit where maybe you sat idly sort of cleaning your shield or your sword or something, polishing something, keeping your thing, where you realize the glow you're seeing on the metalwork is also coming from behind you. And as you turn around and look at the wall, the door is glowing like this arcanish sort of purple kind of thing.
She will wake someone up that knows probably more about arcane stuff. So she'll probably wake Brenner up.
Okay.
Mm.
Wake up.
Wake up.
What?
Look at
What's
the
good?
door. The door's purple.
Oh, dawn. Why does it have to be dawn? Okay. So wakes up like bleary eyed, wanders out. Door's purple. Right. Okay. I'm gonna go and jump and try and push on it. Yes.
Push on the middle of the door, your arm goes right through the wall.
Bryn in half asleep is probably just gonna go whoop straight through. Expecting
expecting it to be solid.
Mhm.
All right, so your arm goes through and you go through and you stumble a bit, and you find yourself in a what is it? Let me describe it.
Serena will immediately wake everyone else up while this is happening.
Panic.
So it's like a flagstone floor, beautiful masonry sort of walls and stuff, and there are, it must be further down the corridor or just round the corner, but there is a light source, but it seems to be just further ahead. You can see the sort of tunnel you're in, the corridor you're in is about 10 foot, and then it opens out, it goes left and right. You found yourself a dungeon.
Oh, yes.
And the door shuts.
Yeah, and the door shuts, Bryn's lost.
Cool.
Can you guide it?
Dungeon, no healer. Love it. It's 40 miles to Boston. Full tank of gas.
Asher, yeah, Asher.
Sunglasses.
Sure.
Did we
No,
get
no.
a long rest, by the way?
You did, yeah.
No, what happens
Hold
is
two spell slots
Bryn
back.
turns around and sticks her head back out. Guys, it's a dungeon, and the door seals.
Character.
But I so
Dead
that there must be a moment, especially for Bruno who's a storyteller, like this hour around dawn is like the whispering hours when everybody's like, let's just be really quiet. I don't want to wake you up.
Makes sense as to why it's-
And so this hour is, and the door is open.
the way is open.
We
Right.
kick everybody else awake, and all 5 of us disappear into the tunnels of Arius the Whisperer.
Hells
Excellent.
yeah.
Sure.
Excellent. We'll have to come back
Spooky.
to this another time though, because it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And I'm working very early in the morning.
Mm.
Day job
Oh, how
sucks.
exciting is this? God, at least we've had a long rest.
Hey,
You
no.
have had a-
Think about it. We have a dungeon, and we have a dragon.
Honey the dragon. This is
To be
his
fair,
dungeon
The
now.
Whisperer might be a wizard from a coastal area.
Yeah, we might be. Yeah.
Actually,
And
no.
we can
That's
kick
the
his
que-
face
that-
in.
Wow, that's the question. Actually, do the Jotun have a coastal area?
Quick to the PDF.
Because Bryn
You
is
a
a wizard.
of the
I
coast,
am a wizard.
Harry.
Tribes of Shunar is on the coast. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. There's many coasts. In fact, the coastline goes in because it's split. It's got like a big
Yeah.
delta thing in the. Yes, there are many
So,
coasts.
yes, I am a
in
wizard.
Oh,
of the
God.
coast.
Excellent. All right, that's awesome.
Well,
Um,
avoid the spell of the internets and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Zone of truth. Unfortunately, I avoid that one.
We should just really practice against saving it. I will, in a minute, work out some XPs. I'll drop them in the Discord server, and we will convene some point soon to explore yon dungeon.
Probably next week or
That's it.
something.
Yeah.
God.
Excellent.
Oh,
Awesome,
boy.
folks. Thank you very much for playing D&D with me.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
Oh.
indeed. Thanks so much for having us.
Guys.